The credit belongs to the man who was actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again. Because there is no effort without error and shortcoming. But who does actually strive to do the deeds? Who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions? Who spends himself in a worthy cause? Who, at the best, knows in the end the triumph of high achievement? And who, at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat.
Spartans! What is your profession?
What is up? What is up? What is up? What's going on with you fellas on this New Year's Eve? Hope everybody's doing well. Everybody's doing good. It's R.P.L once again with a Coliseum. This Coliseum is going to be a little bit different tonight. I'm probably going to stream about 2 o'clock on my side of the town, on my side of the world, because of the I have to open the store tomorrow, and I saw that I was closing next Saturday. So next Saturday there will not be a stream for me. So I didn't want to have like 2 Saturdays where there's not a stream. So I'm gonna still do the stream today. I'm gonna drop the link in a minute so that way people can come up. But I will not be able to do a stream next Saturday. So either if BGS or Charles wants to do the stream, they're welcome to do so. So that way you guys have a Saturday stream. Just let you guys know ahead of time because I saw my schedule. So it is what it is. So, but I will still want to give you guys something this Saturday. So just give you a little headway on that one. Let's see what's up. Got Craig. What's up, Craig? Anacetus. What's good with you? Emperor Zachariah, formerly known as Prince Johnny. What's up? AL. What's up with you? Excalibur. What's good? We got Lewis. What's up with you, man? Aquateki. What's good with you, man? Third Rock has made another trip around the sun. Yes, sir. AB Media. What's up? And Ricardo Rodney. What's going on with you? And Tony Daniels. What's good? So 2022 has gone. I can't really say this has been a really good year. This has been a meh as far as I'm concerned. 2023, hopefully things will get better. But, you know, there's that word again, hope. But we'll see, man. As far as what's been going on, as far as the background, as far as AI's pushing up and, you know, jobs right now are kind of like, it's gonna it might get worse. It might get better. Who knows? All we know is that you try to maintain the same level that you have right now. There are a couple of things that I got in the background as far as me personally is concerned, as far as stuff I want to get accomplished, and so I'm going to try to work through that in 2023. But I guess that's part of my New Year's resolution to myself. And I have to have that little talk with myself and just make sure I get that stuff done. Make sure I get motivated. Willer said he's close to retiring. Hey, if you close to retiring, man, that's good. Shit. Aquatic said hopium is a hell of a drug. Yeah, hopium is a hell of a drug, man. I got a little bit of hope, maybe, but sometimes you gotta be a realist too, man. Sometimes you gotta be a realist. So, like I said, I'm not gonna mess up the stream with having 20 minutes of just me talking, because I only got a certain amount of time I could be up here before I have to lay it down, take a nap, and then have to go back up and open up the store in the morning. So it is what it is. I'm gonna let you guys come up. Like I said, this stream is for you guys. I appreciate everybody who has come through and supported this channel, especially supported the Coliseum. I know there's a lot of things that I didn't get done this year that I wanted to, but I'm going to try to push to try to get this stuff done as I can with all the stuff that I got going on in personal life and work life. So just be patient, and I will try to get this stuff out to you as much as I can, because there's a lot of stuff that I need to get done. A lot of stuff need to get done. So that way you guys can have the knowledge and information through these books that I'm reading. So we'll go from there. All right. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and drop this link. Hopefully I won't get a DDoS attack, because I think that's what's been going on with my streams, but who knows? So hopefully my internet will be straight. It was straight all day, straight all night last night. So who knows? I might have to get kicked off again because of somebody doing a DDoS attack. So what is going on, AL?
What's good, my man? What's good? You straight?
Yeah, I'm straight, man. Just sipping on a peanut butter porter.
Get off the opium. I'm just playing.
Hey, B, what's good? I see you showed your face for 2 seconds, buddy. What's up, bucko? Say, man, say, before we go, I got to say something to AB. I got a fucking bone to pick with you, bro. Nothing personal against you. Not against you. I'm picking a bone against your funky-ass, raggedy, racist state, man. I've been up here watching all these goddamn First Amendment artists this afternoon because I'm suffering from sleep deprivation and shit, and can't go to sleep, won't go to sleep like a dumbass, hide in giraffe pussy, because you know giraffe pussy hot because it's standing in the sky. Ha. But yeah, I'm looking at this. Man, everything wrong, man. Y'all got a whole bunch of Karens working in all these goddamn public ass goddamn city halls and shit. And you got this good old white boy, down to earth, he for the people, about the people on this First Amendment artist shit going all up and in and out of the goddamn courthouse of buildings. You're threatening me. How am I threatening you by holding a camera and I'm staying 2 or 3 feet away from you and I ain't said not one goddamn threatening word to you? Quit using inflammatory words to get the cops to come over here. But guess what? I want you to get the cops to come over here so I can tell them the same thing. You can't escort me out here. You can't shut down a publicly run facility i.e. courthouse or building, because you don't like the fact that I got a camera in here. The goddamn one chief, he literally trying to tell them goddamn just close the building. You can't. What's the hours of operation? 8 to 5. You cannot close this building. You have no grounds to close this building. And the First Amendment and the Feds say I got every right to videotape y'all in public. Whatever I can see, I can videotape. And if you don't got nothing marked up, a sign saying don't pass, don't no entry, don't come past this point, I can walk around this facility all day. But they act like because they got cameras on them, because we gonna show how lazy you motherfuckers are, ain't doing your jobs. That's why I call it First Amendment audit. They don't like that. The camera is not your enemy. Every day you leave your house, you subject to be videotaped by any and everybody in the world.
Yep.
Because Big Brother does it to you. So that shit just had me just, boy, I'm trying to lay there and get some rest. Like, they keep saying most stupid stuff, but I digress. I just wanted to mess with you a little bit, AB. I'm like, the state of Indiana, boy, I knew they was full of shit, but and then the laws, man, your laws are just, ooh. How the hell are y'all letting these brain retarded ass Anglo-Saxons on these forces? Because I know they don't know the law.
Well, like I said, there's a lot of dumbass fucking laws on the books. That's still on the books right now, man.
No, yeah, but that's one thing. That's one thing, but it's another thing when you just pulling laws after cracking your ass and just thinking, oh, you threatening me, and you thinking you go push me here and there. The man, on my Fourth Amendment X ground, I stand, and if you knock me off my square, I got every right to bust you in the mouth and defend myself, all the way, including up to your death. So says the Supreme Court. And this is what they don't understand when they hear words like that. They come out of my mouth. I be laughing at these artists. I'm like, you letting them knock you off your square? Ain't no goddamn way. I had me some mace right there. I mace them. You want to knock me off my square? I'm a mace. And it won't be considered assault. You go trump up some charges, but guess what? If you aggravate me, I'm gonna litigate against you. And people need to learn how to do that more. But anyway, what's going on, AB?
I don't know what the fuck you were talking about, Oaks, but what's going on?
Nah, I told you I was dealing with the First Amendment audits. I've been watching them like crazy, man. I'm like, man, this shit just irritates me. Had a law just think they can run over the public and do what they want to.
These are laws that's in my state. Happy hours are illegal.
What?
Oh my God.
Get the fuck out! Really?
I bet that's when they go hunting for the most tickets and shit. And
You can get a DW. You can get a DWI on a horse.
How's that? Wait, how do you get a DWI on a horse?
You can get a DWI on a horse, man. What's up, Ed?
Yeah, I know I'm a lot. I know how y'all can see me. Yeah, what's up?
What's going on, Ed?
What's good?
I hate this time of year because my barber be like, I'm on vacation. Don't talk to me for 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Yeah. And I'll never time it right.
Yeah, everybody getting drunk tonight.
Yeah.
And they ain't coming into work tomorrow, so I got to deal with that shit when I woke up.
Nah, yeah, it's Sunday. Yeah, that works out. People are gonna get fucked up on Sunday. But yeah, I gotta anything sugar related. I gotta watch it, man. But for the next like couple of weeks. But anyway, so what's up with y'all? Y'all outside or y'all just chilling? That's why you brought it live. You know how it is, Art. It's raining, man. So fuck that. I'm not dealing with that traffic. It's raining and all that bullshit.
Yeah, I know. And people in North Carolina don't know how to drive in the rain.
Yeah, and another thing too is even because I had a boy say, "Yeah, man, shit, why don't you Uber get that money?" Because there's people that they don't even Uber, which I haven't Ubered in years. But there's people that they'll Uber either New Year's, they'll Uber what is it? The alcohol holiday, the Irish St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, St. Patrick's Day.
And it's a couple other days in the year they'll do it because if you really know what you're doing, you could get like 400, 500 in that day.
Oh yeah,
I had a ride where I took a white dude and I asked him like 4 times. He wanted to go to Fayetteville and he was in Raleigh. I literally picked him on Fayetteville Road. He's like, yeah, I need to go to Fort Bragg. I like, are you sure? I said, "Are you sure?" He said, "Why? I'll ask you that because you got some alcohol on you, and it's a supercharge, which means that like it's like 1.5." And he said, "No, man, I am good. I am good." I said, "All right." And we had a great conversation. And here's the thing, it was like at 12:30. So shit closed at like it was like 12:45. So shit closed at 2. Oh man, I made like $350 off of that. He said his fellow soldiers left him. I said, "Yo, they left you behind?" And he started laughing. But yes, they did. But yeah, I took him to Fort Bragg, and I got in the base and everything. That was before they changed the rules. You can't get in the base yet. But
what happened to the credo, no man left behind?
Yo, because the thing is, traffic gets so bad that it just locks shit down. So the point is, they can't get to you, and you can't get to them. So it's like fuck that.
Yeah, and especially if you live on the base, you can't come in after a certain time.
No, well, I'm talking about now, New Year's, like in downtown Raleigh. You can't, how to look, when the fireworks go, you can't do nothing. You can't get everything like locked because there's so much traffic. It's people trying to get to their cars, as far as they park, it's just fucked. So I don't even like doing that.
Or if their car gets towed downtown because there's hardly anywhere to park.
Yeah, that's why you can't even do it on New Year's like you used to be able to. But anyway.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people got their car towed one time when I went downtown, and they just went down the whole street and towed everybody's fucking car. Everybody was fucking pissed when they got it. I was like, damn.
Folks that are the parking folks. And they could be, and then they always fat too now I think about it. And it be brothers and sisters, ain't just black women. Yeah. In fact, I see more black men, and you can tell they walk through them cars like, hey, man.
So number 3 is you can't collect your own reward money.
So what are we doing? What do we count?
No, these are the dumb laws that's in North Carolina. Rollerblading in the sun is illegal.
Okay.
That's man, they not. I don't know. I don't see a lot of people rollerblading. I bet you they on it.
I don't know about that. That's a weird fucking law. This one I heard before. Forest City requires you to call their town hall before entering the city in a car.
To be fair to North Carolina, particularly Raleigh, obviously these are state laws though with the rollerblading thing. I don't know if Texas is like this, but in North Carolina, we don't have a lot of sidewalks. And they don't got a lot of sidewalks. They got kind of biking lanes in the street. But if you're you would be forced to kind of rollerblade in the street if you're going to rollerblade, right? Because otherwise, you're going to hit the few places that does have sidewalks. The sidewalks are not made like the greatest. So it's like gaps, small gaps. It will rollerblade and mess you up. So you don't want to do it in the sidewalk. And they don't have extra room. It's cars and trucks. And like F-150. So, yeah, motherfuckers get hit. So I can kind of see it may be dumb, but I can kind of see why they have that. And I bet North Carolina has less dumb laws than other states if you count them all up.
Well, I got to figure out like what, because this I never heard of this one. It says rollerblading in the sun. That means if the sun is out and you're rollerblading, it's illegal. So
what?
Well, I mean, the majority of cars, when the majority of cars are driving. And most likely people, they can't, I bet you they couldn't just say straight up, you can't rollerblade. Because that's freedom. You can't just tell somebody, well, you just can't rollerblade. So,
well, I have to look and see because some of these laws have storage behind them. Like there was one town in North Carolina where if you sing off key, it's illegal. I was like, what?
No, see, but a lot of y'all need to understand some of these laws y'all talking about ain't laws, they're just policies. And policy isn't law. And but then when you try to explain that to the dumbass officer, he's sworn to whatever. This is what they told me. No. Did you read this shit? You just play a copycat to another dummy.
No, these are not policies. These are North Carolina state laws that's on the books.
Yeah.
Because I've seen one law because I know what this one's about. It's because cars were entering the city and the horses would get unraveled. They made this law so that way people can. It's the whole term like hold your horses.
Oh boy.
What they don't do is because you got to remember they don't be updating these laws. Because remember, cops don't know every law. Cops don't know, like they're not like lawyers don't know every law. Lawyers just know how to kind of extrapolate and argue what's there, but they don't know everybody. So So a lot of this stuff is not necessarily enforced, or it's the type of thing where they enforcing it. You know, especially think about it, especially like a lot of the laws that people are not going to do a lot. So a lot of the laws that they enforce going to be laws that obviously the obviously legal shit, or laws that's going, the county can make money off of, like seatbelt shit, like modern shit. It's probably like 50 or 100 shit that they probably know, because that's,
Yeah, like
automatic 180. Don't even just pay it. You're gonna go to court, you go pay it. I don't even know what you're playing.
A small font can send you to jail. And this is about a restaurant. I read about this one, that they had a small font, and so they made a law saying that you can't have small font in a restaurant. Like it's illegal to practice as a professional psychic or fortune teller, but amateurs are okay.
Get the hell out.
I can understand that, because there's a couple of small places where there's psychics, it's like little small houses, probably marketing, because if you say you're a professional, that's kind of a way you kind of insinuating to put the dumbasses out there that you're certified.
Yeah.
Because we even got people that in Charlotte, and my mom was gonna research them, that they do hypnotists, that they do help you not smoke. And I told her do not do that exam, but they're all in Charlotte, so you gotta go for that. But yeah, that's probably for shit like that.
Yeah.
Hey, Ed, you sound like you kind of underwater a little bit. Check your ear part.
All right, sorry, I got my headset on. All right, I'm gonna take it off. Can y'all hear me better now?
Well, it still sound like you look
sound like you're underwater.
Yeah, these bitches are drowning me, man.
This guy. It's illegal for grandma to get.
I'll be back.
It's illegal for grandma to get intoxicated at bingo night.
Oh shit! Oh my god!
Them Texas women would be beating the shit out of laws if they tried to arrest them for that shit.
Yeah. It's illegal to rollerblade on state highways.
Okay.
North Carolina, some dumbass was rollerblading on the state highway.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Why would you be dumb enough to rollerblade on the highway?
There's someone dumb enough that did that, and they made a law to stop it. And then visiting the dead after midnight is legal. I can understand this one because you have grave robbers.
Okay. Repeat that other one. It's illegal for grandma to get drunk during a bingo game.
Intoxicated at bingo night, yeah. Because there's probably one grandma that got pissed and made a huge pissy fit, and they made a law about it. Guaranteed.
Oh, boy.
Probably had a gun out there and everything.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, but number 10, visiting the dead after midnight is legal. Yeah, I can see, like, talking about grave robbers, because everyone say, oh, I'm just visiting the dead. But you're actually trying to rob a grave. So I can see that one. You know, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy being in the graveyard after 12 anyway.
Hey, some people are. Driving on sidewalks is illegal.
Okay, that's kind of a given, but okay.
Women are required to wear clothes that total 16 yards, meaning Daisy Dukes are illegal.
That law wouldn't hold up in the state of Texas, trust me.
Bingo games may not last more than 5 hours, and alcohol is not allowed.
Oh my God! They must have had a lot of incidents with the bingo game. Good Lord!
Organizations may not hold their meetings when members present are in costume.
Is Carolina a state or a commonwealth?
It's a state. It's not a commonwealth. Virginia's a commonwealth.
Okay, so yeah, let's see. Y'all got state troopers, where y'all got the feds, state troopers, police, local police, and y'all got sheriffs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, y'all not a commonwealth, because commonwealths don't have sheriffs.
If a man and a woman who aren't married go to a hotel and register themselves as married, then according to state law, they are married.
Ooh, damn.
Mm-hmm.
Read that one more time.
If a man and a woman who aren't married go to a hotel and register themselves as married, then according to state law, they are married.
That's kind of like a catch-22 because if you don't register as married and there's two single people, hell, they can catch that dude on a maniac charge if
Well,
he
you know,
crossed state.
in North Carolina, they have like a cheating law where the woman, if you are the wife of a man who has been cheating on with another woman, you can actually sue the wife can actually sue the woman that cheated on her with her husband. That's the same thing that happened with Fantasia. Fantasia was cheating with that NFL player. The wife of that NFL player sued Fantasia.
Damn it.
Damn.
Yeah, was this you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all hear me better
Yeah,
now?
you sound
Yeah,
way better.
Yeah, you
Sound
sound
like
better.
Yeah.
sound like the
No,
normal
that's that
guy.
Bluetooth shit. You know, I be having. I'm gonna tell you, I got these skull candy, these $20 ones from Amazon, and they sell $20. Yo, I got like 2 sets. Yo, these I don't watch these by accident. One of them finally went out, like one of the 2. These are some of the best $20 I've ever spent, man. They work great. I mean, they're good on the phone. They're not good, you know. But that law, I don't know, like that law is whatever law you were just talking about. Yo, that's a smart law. Other places should adopt that shit.
You talking about the one
Like that shit where
you
the
talking about
person,
this?
yeah, the one where you could sue the person because that shit would affect more women than anything. But yeah, man, yeah, that's a good law. And I'm gonna keep it real. That law probably had Fantasia, because you gotta remember Fantasia, she's married. She's married to a dude that can get other chicks, like a light-skinned dude that actually was making 6 figures in like banking. And I mean legit, like legit job, legit, all of that. And she was I just heard her a while ago where she was talking about how she was talking about how folks assume this was like a legit interview. Folks assume that everybody on TV got like mad money compared to like normal people. And she was like, no, that's not true. Some of these motherfuckers are broke because broke as hell, man. And not like they're just going through it like
taxes and shit, yeah.
Yeah, and she said, look, I was raised, I wash my own clothes, I cook my own food. And this was like 2-3 years ago. And she's been married for longer than that. And so the only issue she kind of had, she said, I've lost it twice and had to rebuild it back up. And that's probably why she was kind of worried about, like, she wanted to get married, like she really did, but like the dude she wanted a prenup. And the way she told the story is she said, you know, she didn't want to tell him she wanted a prenup because she thought he was gonna react like how females react. He said, yo, get your lawyers and make it and just give it to me. And he said, give it to me and I'll sign it. That's all it is. What the fuck? Because she had more money than him at the time because she had just got herself back. She said, just get your lawyers, pull it up, and we'll go over it when we're both there, so I know what's in it, and then I'll sign it. Shit.
Because
and they got married.
Because men in general know that, you know, they have to get out in the mud anyway. So
yeah,
men don't have this idea like I'm going to take from you if you leave me or whatever. It's like, all right, cool.
Yeah, now you got the federal lines and the shit like that, but that's, I mean, I don't even want, I mean, because there'd be a lot of white boys, if they can get that paperwork, they can. But to be fair to white dudes, Lord knows if you balance the scales of who done took more money, men or women, it's women. And Britney Spears ain't got no business dealing with no fucking backup dancer either. That's on him. That's on her. Yeah, but and at the end of the day, to be fair to Kevin Federline, he was probably better with the kids. He was probably because she was the one doing a lot of the crazy shit. He was not perfect, but so it was probably like, yeah, you might as well. And
he wasn't perfect, but he was stable.
Yeah. And if he got some money, he'd be real stable.
Hey, if the man has the kids most of the time, yeah, we pay up.
And guess what? The child support will go to the kids. That's one thing about men. If men are getting child support, because, you know, if for nothing else, people know the government, whether you white or not, they gonna be on your ass. The only time that the government probably won't be on your ass is if you a black woman and then you got kids by a white man and a white man wants those kids. That's what Sage Steele had to go through. What Sage Steele was the breadwinner. Then they got divorced and she had to pop him with child support. And he looking like everything like a fucking home dad with a suit. But yeah. And so them courts.
Hold on. Wait. Rewind this for a minute. Sage Steele of ESPN plays child support.
Yeah.
Good for that.
And yeah, she pays a good she pays a good amount, yeah.
Why you think Oprah ain't married? She knows she got to pay.
Because the dude got the kids. The dude I think got more. I don't know if it's full. It might be full, but he's got the kids. The kids are with him, and it's crazy because they used to say this is out of Sage Steele's mouth that she used to like stroll her kids around, be with her kids, and more than a couple of times, like a white woman thought she was the nanny. And I was like, I know that shit's got to burn her soul because the worst mulatto is an almost, oh my God, I was almost white mulatto. That's the worst tragic mulatto. That's the worst one. That's where Doja Cat is. Brittany Renner isn't that. I'll give Brittany Renner that much. But Doja Cat is like that. Yeah. Sage is like that. Those are some of the worst mulattoes to deal with, yo, because they
mulatto, huh?
They no, not because they're mulatto. It's because they be cursing God. Because think about it, you got Meghan Markle, who Meghan Markle is not half. She's like only like 25% at best, really probably less than 20.
The ones that can pass for white.
Yeah, she can pass. She can pass.
Meghan Markle.
I thought Meghan Markle was white. I was like, what's the big deal?
Well, I was
her dad is black though, Ed.
No, her dad. No. Her dad is white.
And the mom is black, right?
Yeah. And I think her mom is not full black. I think she's like 3/4. Because
that don't make her mulatto.
No. If you're if you're 3/4 black, you got to be. If you're like above like 65 or 70, nah. You may look like one, but because I know a lot of folks that look like, Stephen Curry's mom and stuff like that. Like, I got 2 black parents, and my parents are black. Like, my family don't got a lot of white in it.
Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin can make a pass. He's one of those guys that told everybody he was white, but he was really mixed.
Yeah. What's the dude that he was white, Chris Humphries. But I mean, that can't pass. Mahomes is like, his kids will be basically white. But my point is this. Like, there's a difference. Like, women like Meghan Markle don't really worry about that much. The only reason why she got hit as hard as she did is because she's not that likable. That's really the truth. And then on top of that allowed white people to kind of hide the fact that they didn't like that. I mean, it's the queen. They want that pure. I mean, I get it. They want that pure. I get that.
They want that pure line, huh?
I mean, when you look at that, because they don't even because to be and obviously we know there's racist white folks, but to be fair, because I believe in using the race card when it needs to be used. I don't believe in diluting the race card with petty bullshit. That's my personal thing. To be fair, they don't be tripping on like London be having damn near Muslim mayors. They don't trip about that, but that queen is something a little bit different. Remember, these motherfuckers chose to keep a monarchy. France didn't choose that. Most of the Europeans did not choose to keep a monarchy. They choose to keep that shit dead. So you gotta understand, them Brits, they like, look, that we not playing with. Everything else, even their probably the prime minister, they probably don't want to be non-black. But like when it comes to the mayor cities, they usually, for the most part, will be cool with that.
And yeah, Mahomes can pass. He just got to change his hair. His hair kind of gives it away.
He got to go bald. He got to do what Andrew Tate did.
Yeah, go bald.
Yeah, that going bald. That was probably the best. That's probably one of the few dudes. It's like, yeah, you need to go bald.
Speaking of Andrew Tate, like
Jordan too. Jordan don't look good with hair. Well, when I say look good, I mean look right. Now niggas will take that clip. See, Edward is gay.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Now, speaking of Andrew Tate, what's y'all's take on what him getting arrested and shit?
I didn't see too much of what the reason why. I think it was because from what I've been hearing is that there was a chick that they flew out and they flew her back and she got mad and then she called the embassy.
From my understanding, him and his brother were running a kind of a webcam service or something, some semi-porn site or something. And
that's well known.
With that.
I mean, it just depends on what they chart.
The thing about it is what they like. I don't. They gotta get. I don't know because I gotta believe that they be getting them bitches to sign something. You know, they
Yeah.
don't just be.
NBA.
Well, I mean, it depends on what. It all depends on the law because we all know what the Mann Act was.
Man,
And
it's fucking Romania. Like
yeah,
the thing.
so that's what I'm saying. It's Romania, so it has to depend on what their laws state what they can get him on.
I think what's going on. I personally think what's going on. And this is because they got a lot of this information on TikTok. In fact, I'm looking for the video so I can upload it here, where they literally showed Romania literally videotaped them going into his house, and they put that out there, like going in his house and getting him. I mean, it wasn't that big of a deal. I mean, they went in there with guns and shit. I mean, he got a big ass house, and then yeah, basically they got him, and then you saw what you saw. What's it called? Because it ain't the first time they did that, and so even he was even smiling at one of the cops.
So I just want to throw this out here. Hi, everybody.
Hey, Tate. Put
What's
something in
going
there for me.
So just to kind of jump right into the topic, man. They don't got nothing.
No.
Romania has an extremely low.
Thank you for cutting the conversation short. We were flying around, and now I'm just playing. But go ahead.
But yeah, I mean, like they have an extremely low rate of trafficking. In fact, it's so low, it's infinitesimal if you were even to compare it to the rest of Europe or even the United States. If you want to look at the laws there, insofar as traffic is concerned, it's not very extensive, not like the United States is. So you got a big nothing burger here. He got basically what happened is 9 times out of 10, the cops or the government was bought, and they just went and got him. That's 99% likely of what.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm gonna piggyback off what you said, PK. Here's the deal. Basically take what PK said and then what I'm about to say. Why would you do that if you ain't got nothing? It's because you want a headline. The reality is, in my personal opinion, this is my opinion, it's my opinion, theory, you call it tinfoil, whatever, is that they're trying to make his name so toxic. They're like, if a woman, like, let's say, if woman or man, whoever, like, just Pearly thing just had him on there. Oh, so you had a sex trafficker and a great person, great as in the fruit, a great person on your shit, because I see a couple of headlines talking about this and sex trafficker Andrew Tate that way, and then if you try to come for them, they can be like, oh well, I saw this headline so I didn't know. That's what they're trying to do, so they can spread that all over social media. It ain't just the government, it's really a lot of these these big tech it's these big tech companies. And here's the thing, and here's the beautiful thing about that, and this is, I'm curious to hear your thoughts about this. Big tech companies are protected for their platform. Once you ban somebody, that's to the extent of what you can do. You can't do shit else without somebody being opened up to a lawsuit. Not saying you have to pay, but you at that point it won't get dismissed. So if somehow they could show that it was tech companies, aka the YouTubes and all that world that help do this, you have now stepped outside of that protection, and God knows how much money somebody like Tate could get out of their ass, because he got enough money to get the best lawyers. That's because you would be stepping out of that. But my point is, what I think folks want to do is make his name so toxic. If you do a reaction to him, if you have him on your stuff, you know, basically you can be called somebody that enables a sex trafficker. And so that's what is going on, and that creates that headline, because it's not enough juice to say, oh, he's money laundering, because that's what they're trying to pull out accounts too. Even though technically his businesses are the types of businesses that you could do that with, it doesn't matter. If he was really doing that, they would have got him earlier. This idea, like that's bullshit. That's like finding one little thing in tax. It's like what they did with Trump. They want to find one little thing in taxes, and they want to try to blow that stuff up. And so I think about it. He's not only social media he's on is Rumble and Twitter and everywhere else, but yet he's getting the Kevin Samuels treatment. He's everywhere. His stuff. You got whole TikTok channels is built off his stuff. You got whole YouTube channels is built off his stuff. and when he does anything, everybody's making a video about it because let's keep it 100. Andrew Tate is a lot of things, but Andrew Tate is actually entertaining to listen to.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that don't like what he says, but they still listen. It's like that whole thing with hate watching with Kevin. Like how all these women are just hate watching because like I don't like this motherfucker, but I just can't stop watching him.
And I like Kevin more. Let's be clear. I support Kevin more. But if you ask me who's more entertaining, Kevin or Tate, I would say it's Tate. But I think Tate has more wiggle room to be entertaining, to be fair. But and also Tate is younger. Tate is like almost exactly my age. He's 36.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. If it wasn't for YouTube Shorts, I wouldn't even know the guy. I've never seen any of his content. If he has a YouTube channel,
he doesn't.
I don't know. I live under a rock, so that's a part of it. You know,
but Tate doesn't. But Tate, the thing about absolutely, Tate doesn't really. That's why it was funny they banned him. Cause let me tell you what type of motherfucker this is. Him, but his brother too. And I don't know. I'm not an expert on Andrew Tate. I didn't know a lot about him until I saw him.
I still don't know about him.
Interesting thought. His dad was black. His dad was Ados. His dad was like a global chess prodigy and grandmaster. Yeah. So and his dad comes from black parents. Like he's a nigga. I mean, you look at him, old school. They don't take no. He reminds me of Judge Joe Brown types.
Yeah.
So that's
he's the guy that he can pass for white if he wants.
No, his dad can't. But,
his dad can, but I'm saying Andrew can.
His brother can with hair. You just say he's Italian or something. Tate can without hair. But Tate looks corny with hair. His brother is his brother doesn't look corny with hair. I'll say that.
I would say even when they did have hair, because have you seen his younger picture?
No, like I said, his probably when he was younger, because his brother can pass. You would think he's just Italian or something like that. But the thing with him is they still have this. It's called Hustlers Kung Fu. It's a really I was actually going to start pushing it in the Manosphere because it had a lot of things that black men were interested in, like at the time crypto, which I'm not a fan of crypto, but whatever. Affiliate market, copyright, and stuff to get involved in the internet. And this thing is $50 a month. I'm not pushing it. I don't get paid off it now. But I'm still in it. $50 a month, $25 per person. You got it in right. So here's okay. You're right, Art. So here's the thing. I see the picture. I agree. So because I haven't seen pictures of him now. But here's the thing. They literally they run it through a Discord server. This is how they administrate a content, which is something that nobody else does. And so they use YouTube Unlisted and stuff like that to host it. And they have a lot of different stuff within it, and it's always being updated. And what they do is they're the faces of it, but they have people that actually make like hundreds of thousands of dollars doing what they're talking about in there as the teachers, and those individual teachers are really cool. Anyway, you can tell it's a lot of men in there because they'll be cussing when they need to communicate something. They have no problem with the curse words, or they don't do it all the time. Here's my point. They literally had a channel and a section in there for Andrew Tate's content. All the content that he ever did on like really the videos he did on YouTube and other places. Hours of interview, hours upon hours upon hours upon hours of interviews. It's almost like you took a lot of our stuff, like let's say David Carroll, because he has a very extensive library. Mm-hmm. And then you put it up there and said, okay, I want you to spread this far and wide. So here's what he did. He provided the means for people to get paid with Hustlers Kung Fu because he's the face of it. Not Hustlers Kung Fu, Hustlers 2.0. Now it's 3.0. And then he incentivized, then he went on these shows. Fresh and Fit, a lot of these Twitch shows that had like 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70,000 live viewers. I've seen it, and it's crazy. And then he basically put himself out here, did this personality, which is close to what his personality really is, and got all this controversy. And what happens is all this traffic got generated. It went to people that established these channels in Instagram, YouTube. Some of them were quote channels. Some of them were combination channels. Some of them channels straight up with Andrew Tate and his most hype. The same stuff you saw with Kevin Samuels, right? Mm-hmm. And literally, they would have a link going to here's Hustlers 2.0 backed by Andrew Tate, and people would literally get paid. And just so you know, just so you all know, if you get in order to get let's say $5,000, $5,000 a month, 5,000 divided by 25 is 200. So if you can get 200 people to click on that link and be in there, and by the way, the product is good. I recommend it now, and even though I don't get paid off of it, you got $5,000. That's on top of whatever TikTok revenue, whatever YouTube revenue. So there's a lot of people that got paid. That's why people are sitting there trying to say it was a pyramid scheme. It's not a pyramid scheme, because a pyramid scheme, you have to get paid on multiple levels. If you wanted to call it something, even though it would be a lie, you would say Ponzi scheme, but it's not a Ponzi scheme because it's actually legit price. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The point is, you had massive people incentivized to push his stuff hard. That's what they had planned. So when he talks this stuff about him predicting stuff, he has some of the strongest internet marketers. Andrew, I'm saying this, I'm done. Andrew Tate is one of these guys that when Ty Lopez needs investors for like maybe not his internet marketing projects because he has his own money, but like maybe some of these other like business projects he tries to get into. And by the way, when Ty Lopez first got started, where did Ty Lopez get started on? The dating site. That's how he made his initial money. And a lot of these guys make their initial money in the dating site market. Like before there was like full-blown, like established, dating sites to swipe left and swipe right. Back in the golden age of like pickup. So he's one of these investors they can go to. So he has the ear of like the strongest internet marketers out there that spend millions upon millions upon millions of dollars. So,
Okay.
And plus he has casinos, and he has this is what he has said out his mouth. He has casinos, and he has they're not huge, not Vegas style, but they're big enough. And he has and the Cam Thing network. He runs a whole network of Cam sites. Basically, what he kind of I don't know, but he runs a network of them chicks. So yeah, I bet you he probably gets a good amount of money on OnlyFans on the low, but.
Hey, he probably does.
They said they found $10 million in his house. And that's why they were trying to hit him with the money laundering. Because when they raided it, they found $10 million. So he got $10 million in cash in his house.
That's not illegal.
It's not illegal, but it demonstrates to you. So when a lot of people try to say, because I know Glendon, and I fuck with Glendon Cameron heavy, but Glendon Cameron thought he ain't got a yacht. Okay, he ain't got a yacht, but he got them cars. He's got money. Like you got 10 million just in your house cash, and I get it. It's Romania. He's got money.
The Romanian currency is like water. It's trash.
Well, see,
yeah, and he probably gets this from Europe.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, what kind of? Because I know in North Carolina, but I'm just saying United States in general. Well, cops, if you have a certain amount of money, they can seize it and say that you're doing something with it. That's why it's not a good idea to have large amounts of cash.
Anything over $10,000 in certain states. Jim.
Why? Because that $10,000 is when they start tracking shit.
Yeah, and let me give you a tip, Jim. If you're traveling through Tennessee and you got large amounts of money on you, be very cautious. Do the speed limit. Just go on through. Mind your business. Keep your eyeballs peeled, because that's one state that will take
Tennessee is a long ass state, man. You especially with what you just said. No, for real. You know how
it ain't long if you going north and south, goddamn.
No, but if you going from like Nashville, because
from Memphis to Nashville, shit.
Yeah, Tennessee is. Remember,
you know, KP, cut the shit.
Hey man, I don't know. I don't even think that's a state, motherfucker. Like that don't exist.
No, they be investing in Tennessee, man. But Tennessee is a neighboring state of North Carolina. So if you're going to like Nashville from Raleigh, man, it's like 8-9 hours, and you don't think it should be, because it's like, yo, this state is next door. Like it almost takes me as long to go to Nashville as it only takes me a couple more hours. FYI, it takes 4 hours to get to DC from where I'm at, where Art is. We can get to DC in 4 hours without speeding and driving really fast. The only thing that slows it up is the traffic. So if you go on the weekend, so it doesn't take long to get to. It takes 2 hours to get to Richmond, Virginia. It takes me probably 10 hours to get to Chicago. It takes 8 hours to get to Nashville. And if you're going to Memphis, it's probably longer to go to Memphis than it is to go to Chicago from here.
Yeah, that's because of the speed limit, bro. Certain states keep the speed limits low to make you take that long through there, and to try to get you busted.
We're pretty good. North Carolina is 70 once you start getting in the. It's 65 in the open stuff, but once you start getting in open stuff, it's 70.
Well, it's like 55 and in a lot of parts of the country, bro.
Me as
So
But
well.
I mean, on the U.S. interstate highway, I've rarely
Highways
seen.
is like 70.
Yeah, like
Because 540, it used to be 65 a couple like 10 years ago, I think, but then they raised it up to 70.
the state highways. I get you, and the more rural, the more stable. Once you start dealing with the interstates, that 50 bullshit, because you got to remember you're dealing with you're dealing with the trucking and shipping of products and shit. So they're probably heavily encouraged. I've seen it 60. But once you're on it, because South Carolina tries to pull that same bullshit. As soon as you get on them state highways,
yeah.
but once you get fuck Tennessee, man.
I agree.
Damn.
I believe Courtney Michelle is from Nashville.
Yeah, fuck Tennessee. Yeah.
She's from around those parts.
Yeah, it makes sense now. She got that. Yeah, hey y'all. These niggas.
Oh,
Tennessee, some ain't right.
Light skin
You know what I mean?
plus blonde. Well, truth be told, to be fair to Tennessee, they've
got a lot of noise in the background.
They've invested heavily in Nashville. They've invested. It's a lot more niggas in Nashville than people would think, but they've invested heavily in Nashville. And them niggas in Memphis think that they too hood. That's because you got Tennessee, you got Memphis, you got Nashville, you got Knoxville, and then Vanderbilt is kind of on the way to Nashville. But those are like the three major cities. And so Knoxville probably be the last, but Memphis is like the other city. So trust and believe before the 2020s is out, they gonna develop that shit and all that. They start moving to Section 8, get the bitches out of there because they know that's gonna get majority of pookies. You want to move the pookies out, and then you just start increasing the law. Yeah, they're gonna start getting Memphis because they've already developed Nashville to the level that they can develop with Amazon, all that. I mean, Nashville was growing faster in a lot of ways, faster than Raleigh and Charlotte. Like as far as development, maybe not population.
Memphis is a fucking disaster, bro.
Oh, and that's how they like it, because if it's a disaster, it's cheap to buy low, sell high. They love it.
I went to Memphis, bro. I was looking, dog. Oh man. I don't even. Don't
Man,
get me started.
protect your mental health.
Don't get me started.
PK
Place, those people, my God.
PK about to get racist.
I
had a air
what do you
mattress.
mean, you people?
He said I had an air mattress in my day, but you motherfuckers,
y'all still
they
living on
different. They don't use air mattresses. Those motherfuckers are down with
they
the
just
floor.
use the mattress.
They down with the box spring, bro.
Nah,
it's
bro.
different.
No, they fucking on cardboard boxes.
Y'all never fucked a bitch on straw?
Bitches be having. No, I'm not doing that. Bitches be having back problems. That sounds like a white bitch fantasy.
Hey, you can get your both of your itches scratched. You can get your back scratched and get your dick scratched.
No, damn that.
Yeah,
you talk about fucking in a sun
it could
downtown or something. A lot of black people don't even know what that means. Talk about you fucking in a sundown town.
They don't know what that means.
Can you hear me?
They don't know
that's what I'm saying. You fucking on
because they didn't
fucking on straw.
They didn't grow up during that time.
Shit, there's still sundown towns now.
It still exists.
It's just not a many of them.
No, there's
like
some.
I ain't saying it's a lot, but there's some anywhere where I don't like nowhere where the sheriff got more power than the police.
Yeah,
and it ain't a whole. Yeah. And I know that sheriffs typically do. I'm talking about because it ain't no police, and that's because that's what a lot of people don't tell you. Like white people prefer the sheriff because that means it's not gonna be a police presence. But when they do need it, because like a lot of in Raleigh in Wake County, you in like rich areas. You got rich areas in the area, right? But I'm talking about, Art, when you go past, like, if you go on Six Forks and you go past 540, or you go to all them areas where they cross past 540, it's all them big houses that's kind of like back in the way. They don't like, and this is why they are open to get robbed, by the way. And these are like multi-million-dollar homes, and this is $1 million homes in North Carolina, by the way. So they don't like to. This is what opens them up to get robbed, by the way, but they don't understand this. But those are sheriffs who really facilitate that. Those ain't cops because cops can't get there fast enough. So they really got sheriffs. And like I said, fuck them sheriffs show. I mean, all sheriffs ain't bad, but still fuck them sheriffs show. Like anywhere that's got more sheriffs, you want to watch that shit because they not gonna be on your side. I don't give a fuck if they black.
Them black people in them areas.
Some of them are the worst.
Whew.
Some of them are
they
the
be
worst.
like Uncle Ruckus out there. I'm just saying.
For real, they really do, and especially if they're around white folks. But anyway, yeah. But as far as Andrew Tate goes, like I didn't really research him, but I've kind of like he came up on Fresh and Fit on my radar. I was like, oh, this is just some random motherfucker. But he was saying some real shit. And then. And the thing that stood out with Andrew Tate was checking these chicks and they were just sitting there taking it. Like most of the people that get on there is one black dude on there that always has the different color shit in his hair, but he's real tall, stuff like that. It's only a couple of people where these dudes will talk that shit and they just sit there and take it. And even with Andrew Tate, when he was on Pearl, fucking for the most part, Brittany Renner was just sitting down. She was calm as fuck. Like she had been given some Xanax and some shit. Like she was just yeah, just taking the shit he was saying.
There was a live stream, I guess, with Pearl, Andrew Tate, and Brittany.
Yeah, it was Brittany and this other light skinned bitch. Yeah, they think she just all that in a bag of chips. She was the main one really kind of jumping up. It was funny because they had one and look, I didn't listen. Like I said, I don't be looking at Pearl shit like that. I see some of the clips that niggas want to do, or maybe if a dude is reacting to some stuff. I mean, watch if it's 10 minutes. I'm not doing like shout out to Bernard. I go through Bernard, but typically I didn't listen to 3 hours to react to that. But it was a clip that I did see. They were talking about like men having money versus women, and they were talking about cars. And Andrew was talking about how a man, he was trying to give women insight into how men think. As far as if you want to, really secure a dude, put yourself in best position to get like the dudes you want to get. But even normal dudes, he was saying how if a dude has a car, and let's say a dude has like a Hellcat or a BMW. Let's say he has a BMW 5 Series. Let's say it's 2022. Let's say it's a 2018. So it's not like an old car, right? A dude is going to be pretty proud of that car. Maybe not but he's going to be proud of that car, right? Especially if, he got the money to get it. He's got more about him than just that car, but that's where he's at. He said, if a woman sits there and says, well, that's not my favorite car, or like, what type of cars you like? He's looking for you to say that car, not necessarily looking for it, but that's the right answer. If you say, oh, well, that's nice, but I really like a Mercedes Benz. Tate was talking about who the fuck are you fucking with that got you in a Merc? That's what he said. Like, what are you doing? And the chick kind of went off because she was trying to say, oh, well, I could have my car. I could buy it myself. And he was like, I'm not talking about no fucking 2002 BMW. I'm talking about, this, that, and the third. And Pearl agreed. Pearl said, look, my dad is very successful. And I have seen some shit, right? But if I describe these things to other dudes, yeah, they do react that way. And we know Pearl ain't dealing with no ballers. So they do react that way. Like they don't react that way in like overtly, like they just start wilding out. But you can tell in how like the atmosphere kind of shifts slightly that because they don't know. Now these same guys, if they once they know what my dad is about, they let that go because they realize that's just what I grew up in. And Pearl don't look like she necessarily come from money either. So it's like, you must be what BBC you dealing with, this got you in that. You see? And the chick didn't want to understand it. She kept on wanting to lean on, I got my own money and I got this, I got it. It's like, that's not the fucking point. That's not the point that you can afford it. It's not the point. Most chicks can't.
One thing that I've noticed about people is that have money, they don't like spending it. So this
women
whole idea
damn sure don't. Not theirs.
Yeah, especially not white women. I've seen more cheap ass white women that have money than
I could believe that
because they're all about trying to save a buck. They are. There's so many women that come into the store and they be all like, what kind of deal can I get? And that's what they're all about. Anybody who has money knows that it's important to keep it. It is extremely important to keep it. And that's why when I look at these chicks, I'm like, you got to pay for my nails. You got to pay $350 for some fucking nails. just to go on a just to be like, I'm finna go on a date with you. Nah, you looking for a trick. Cause the guys, like I said, the guys that they're fucking, they ain't paying that. If a chick wants to fuck you, she'll fuck you, and you ain't got to pay for shit. I've seen that happen. You're paying if you want these guys talking about like you gotta pay all this damn money just to get with a chick. Guess what? She's just using your ass. Cause I've seen that too. I seen a chick use a guy who had Down syndrome because the guy liked her, and she didn't care. She didn't care what people thought about it. She's like, I'm getting this fucking money from this dumbass.
Damn, she going to hell.
Hey,
she going to hell. God damn.
With gasoline draws on.
Jesus.
Black girl, white dude like their heat. He was something mentally wrong with him, and she did not give a fuck about getting this guy for money.
Yeah, that's horrible. That's fucked up.
Yeah. We try to tell him, but he's like, "Nah, she like me."
She needs a stamp on her forehead. Fucking never fuck with her ever in life ever. Not if she was the last fucking woman on earth. That's a horrible person right there.
Yeah. But hey, if you would do it, she'll take it.
Well, so you telling us all this about Andrew Tate? What's the video you're referring to? Because I mean, like, did you want to share it or something? Because I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I don't feel like I told you earlier. I don't follow the guy. I don't know nothing about him.
No, it was on Pearl's channel.
I don't follow her either.
Yeah.
I live under a rock, dude.
I know. Shit.
I got to keep my mind clear, man. I can't be, tainted by this madness out here. If you guys didn't show me stuff, I would never know it existed. Like, actually. This shit can drive you crazy, man. It's too much fuck shit out here.
Hey. That's why it's good to unplug every once in a while. Man, I don't put it behind people that unplug from the Manosphere every once in a while. Because one, the shit can be repetitive. Because it's like, don't we know this shit already?
Yeah, it's at a certain point, man. You gotta get the shit figured. I think I mean, if you don't figure it, I mean, you'll be back learning the same lessons. And this, I don't know. Like at a certain point, it's just like you gotta learn the lesson. You know what I mean? So I don't know. To each their own, obviously, but
well, sometimes it's probably new guys. Other times it's just.
I respect that.
I like this last like 3 minutes. Y'all talk about new guys doing what?
To my Manosphere and content being repetitive, but
no, this isn't about the content. Not at all. Not at all.
You talk about people bitching about it.
No, not at all. No. I was just saying in general, like just watching Andrew Tate and just Pearly things and like the happenings of what's going on in the general, I guess, gist of Manosphere content. Like I'm not plugged into all of it. I'm just not.
You shouldn't be. I mean, I was just saying it's interesting because I did a video recently, like this on my Patreon for free. I don't charge people. I make them public. Basically, shout out to all my people who give me like my Patreons. Cool. But anyway, I did a video on like, kind of people dying this year. And it wasn't really going through them. I acknowledged some of them, like mentioned some of them. But it was really about black men in general. Because we got a lot of people like Forrest Windu and stuff like that, a lot of subscribers. And it's really talking about black men need to really guard their mental health. Black men need to guard their physical health. Black men need to really look at things in terms of what adds to their quality of life versus takes away from it, right? And I put myself out there, like some of the stuff I've had to deal with. It was not a big deal, but it's like, so yeah, I haven't been a doctor in a while, and I got sick and blah blah blah, and how things that are a priority need to be like a real priority because you want to do this stuff like now. And I said it. I said, look, in your 20s, your metabolism will shift when you get like 32, 33. Depending on how athletic you are and when it does, and you need to be prepared for that. But like really, if you're like my age, really in your 30s, if you got some shit you need to work on, like weight you need to lose or whatever, because you got some dudes that are like 300 pounds and shit, and they're not 6'2" or nothing like that. It's like, look, you need to get that shit fixed. That shit's gonna be a lot harder to deal with. You start getting 39, 40, 41. Now, I'm nowhere near that in that way. But even if you're not, you still, like, I had my blood drawn. They took like 7 vials of my shit. And they gave me like the data from the test. It's talking about like I might be pre-diabetic. It's talking about somehow they saying I got hypertension. I don't know how y'all pull out of blood, but the thing is, these are things I gotta take
Blood
seriously
pressure,
now.
probably.
Yeah, I got to take that seriously now, while, it's inconvenient to do that. And it's to the point now, because like I said, I was sick for 2 weeks and I lost 20 pounds. And it was like, I had, my body had shifted. And so it's to the point where, like, if I eat a donut, like a donut from Harris Cedar Art, I feel that shit. Like, like I used, like 2 months ago, that was not the case. So now it's like I'm I really got to monitor. I don't have diabetes. And as far as the pre-diabetic thing, I'm like barely that. I'm like 0.1 on it, which is a good thing, which means I can probably shift away from that. My point is,
it's just a warning to change your diet. So you want
absolutely. But remember, Alan Roger Curry had diabetes, because remember he was talking about he couldn't have Snapple and stuff. And my point is,
with him, we kind of seen he still was on bad of his diet and stuff like that. Especially them fancy drinks he always drinking.
And that's my point. And shout out to SWP, that's a doctor. And, he talks about this for more black people's standpoint upon non-compliance. And I'm also dealing with this with some of my folks and the goofy shit they doing, smoking 8 cigarettes a day and shit, then wondering how you got a growth on your fucking lung. And now you go from 8 to 4. So my point is, at least for black men, is you got to guard the shit. What the fuck does that have to do with anything PK said? What it does is, when it comes to a lot of dudes, this space can be repetitive. And so the thing is, you need to be like, look, once you get the stuff into space, the reason why a lot of people come back to this space, especially the challenges what we're talking about, is because they're in fucking denial. And for the guys that are not in denial, it's like, look, take breaks. It's okay. You're not betraying us. It's nothing like that. Even I gotta guard what I look at. Motherfuckers be sending me emails of goofy shit black women say for attention. And it's like, I'm not about to sit here and pull that shit up when they talking about killing babies. Like, somebody sent me something, and it's fine because sometimes I may make content about it, but there's a reason I usually don't. SZA, she literally has lyrics in her song talking about killing black men, like in a domestic situation, and not where black men hit her. Like, she literally, I think Shay Sade shared that, and I saw that on the home thing. Like, this is the goof, and she was saying, this is why she don't listen to a lot of black female creators. This is the goofy shit you got black women saying a lot of times for attention. So you have to guard that shit. Your mental health, your physical health, the environment around you. This is why I've been saying, for the most part, being around black women a lot of times is not safe. It's not for black men, and black men need to start looking at it like that. So that's kind of what I said. Going into next year, really focus on that.
I think it's definitely important for the soundness of your mind to guard what it is that you consume in terms of information, in terms of people that you listen to. So if that happens to be black women, then them as well. I mean, like, there has to be some sort of measure that you use to judge whether or not what you're consuming is good for your diet, your mental diet. And I don't think that overconsumption of anything is good, but especially not this particular set of this, not us per se, but when it comes to some of the negative things that we hear in the general manosphere and really in the general dialogue when it comes to men and women, is really just good to consistently listen to, man. It'll fuck you up.
This the whole problem right now, and I'm definitely seeing this now. When I first was a listener, before I came on panels like during the pandemic years ago, I do notice there's like a different change with Red Pill content, more like the Red Pill content when I first started listening to, especially O'Shea had the Sunday Rumbles. I was mostly listening to Alan Roger Curry stuff as my Red Pill. The ones that back then and the ones that are now I'm seeing two different versions, and it's like I'm starting to see why some dudes just trying to like not want to even claim red pill because they got a lot of new dudes now coming in with this extremists, and it's like that's not even what red pill is supposed to be. Like that's not even what the real meaning is. And like we got too many dudes coming in trying to redefine it so much.
Make no mistake, Mel. 99% of those people, they're doing that because of money.
Yeah.
Basically, they're making like they realize that really claiming a red. Here's the thing: really officially claiming a red pill or officially claiming a black manosphere is not good for YouTube growth. And so they can have, like, for instance, mediocre was not always look. Look, I understand why they did it. I'm not sweating them because at the end of the day, if you still putting out the shit that is useful for what we do, I don't care about what banner you wear. I really don't. Same, even like with TLA. Like TLA, the way because TLA was on Pearl as well. And which, by the way, I will give her credit because most people, men and women, would have took it very personal that TLA did not help her when she was trying to come up, especially when she dropped money with him. And if you notice, and this is why when people keep on trying to bring her up, and I'm not trying to defend her, but I'm just laying out the facts. The reality is she talked to 3 black men. She talked to Donovan, she talked to Kevin, she talked to TLA. If you look at how all 3 of them talked to her, out of her mouth, this is what she said. And TLA was he agreed with how she spoke. He reiterated how he talked to her. They did not talk to her like they would talk to a black female. They were very matter of fact. In fact, they were more matter of fact than they might be with a black man. They were very matter of fact. TLA was not how he is. We tell these stories and shit like that. And Kevin damn sure wasn't like that. And Donovan, for the most part, wasn't like that. They said, this is what it is. This is where you stand. You can't lean on your look. This is what you're going to need to do. And kudos to her. She did it. So,
yeah, exactly.
My point is, she said when she went on TLA that she was looking for TLA to give her some clout, like as far as like an interview or some shit when she was a lot less. Because remember, at the beginning of the year, she only had like 30-something thousand subscribers. Like literally, that's what I found out. Somebody showed me a screenshot of that, and they explained. I mean, it was one of those things where she brought it up to be funny, and TLA kind of didn't really check it, but like addressed it, and then they kind of went because it was Coach Drake Adams on there, and it wasn't a big deal. It was a conversation, but for her to have him on there when she got to where she is, she's past him. And I think she helped him in his course as well, as far as being a contributor. Like he'll get guests on his course because Jesse's in it, and she was one of the ones that wanted to be a guest, or that was a guest. But for her to have him on that, a lot of black men would have took that personally. A lot of black men would have took that shit personally. A lot of black women damn sure would have took that personally. And it's just an observation. I'm not saying it's a conclusion that she's the greatest person in the world or anything, but it's an observation.
Who are you referring to?
I'm referring to the lead attorney. My bad, TLA, the lead attorney, and Just Pearly Things. Basically, the lead attorney did not give Just Pearly Things any kind of clout when she was coming up, even though she paid him for advice, and that's exactly what the fuck he gave her. And that's all.
She come from wealth, so it's like most likely she learned from her father. That's basically what her father does.
She learned from Kevin and all them. See,
no, the thing about it is, but that's one part of it. But when she grew up with a wealthy family and everything. Her father's a millionaire businessman. I'm
talking about the aspect of knowing the business of YouTube. Knowing how the algorithm works.
Yeah. I'm talking about business in general with her.
No, we're talking about her growth as a channel.
Yeah,
go ahead. Sorry,
but because as far as the content is concerned, the Red Pill just became profitable. That's why. Because before Kevin, nobody won't really talking about Red Pill like that.
Nobody.
Until Kevin came along, that's when people started coming in here, and that's when people talking about like, oh, I don't want to be associated with these guys, but I still want to do their content. I want to still use Kevin's name, i.e. Obi.
And we're not talking about the celebrity content. We're not talking about kind of like O'Shea celebrity drunk, because that's really a different thing. You could kind of insert Red Pill stuff in there, but that's really the primary driver is the trending news for the algorithm. You got Chizazed, that's Red Pill shit. You got mediocre. That's red pill shit. And what it is they don't want to be attacked. And so, and to be fair to mediocre presents his information in a certain type of way, and it's really not fair to attack him because the way mediocre and Chizza presents it. I mean, what the fuck do you expect? What do you want these people to do? You just don't want them to say shit, and they only get targeted because they're growing. That's why they get targeted. And so, they got to do what they got to do to protect themselves. And this is beyond, like, honestly, I don't give a fuck about quote unquote red pill. The truth, like from a branding standpoint, at the end of the day, we can call it whatever we want to call it. It's the principle of moving, people will say men's interests in general, but I'm talking specifically black men interests. And it is what it is. But going back to the Pearl thing, I hear what you're saying, Mel. But the thing about it is that's not what it is, because she could have got mad just off the principle. Because you know how these people be getting mad. Like, for instance, look, I fuck with Angry Man. I do. I want Angry Man to be as successful as he's gonna be. I think he should have been where he is now years ago, and YouTube fucked him. Period. Right. But let's be clear. You notice how you don't hear Angry Man really getting mad at other YouTubers or really talking about other shit in that way. Why? Because now he's where they are. And so I get it. And I'm not saying that he was hating. I get that he put a lot. Look, his channel looked better. His channel looked better than anybody's channel. And that includes like any black person's channel. And that includes Kevin by a wide margin with his graphic skills. And so I could understand if I put that kind of work into it and I'm going up here hitting it over and over, I'd be mad too. So I get that. And I'm not here to tell somebody how that needs to exhaust or come out. But let's make no mistake. A lot of that shit had to do with where people's numbers were and where it is. Same thing with O'Shea. Just to be fair, O'Shea would talk often about how he helped other people and they passed him. Now, he used that as a tool to say where, his skills as a YouTuber, but niggas feel some type of way about that. They just do because it's competitive. Glendon Cameron. Y'all know I rock with Glendon. You know I rock with O'Shea, but I rock with Glendon too. Glendon till this day is always like he try to act like he accepts it. No, he doesn't. And I get why. If you make more money than all these motherfuckers, you see these other motherfuckers lying, and you see how the algorithm just blesses them, especially after this FTX shit, and they just still getting more views than you somehow, I'd be fucking pissed too. But then you gotta understand, you a nigga on YouTube on a white platform. So that's the game they play. They let that tech dude get away with that a little bit because he got that big. But a lot of finance guys, he's not the only one. Glendon deserves 1 million subscribers. He's got his information is that good, in my opinion. But it's like motherfuckers forget they black. And I get it. You want to believe in a post-racial shit. Now, obviously, that's not Angry Man or O'Shea's problem. But my point is, you're going to feel so. Don't try to act like you don't feel some type of way. You got motherfuckers mad at me because I get the amount of subscribership that I get, even though how I run my channel. And it's like they try to act like it's something else. I'm like, no. Y'all mad. And y'all need to stop playing like y'all not. And I don't personally care because you know me. People pass me. I cheerlead it because I care about I'm like Batman. I care about the mission more than I care about anything else. I want people.
I'm glad you said that, Ed. I'm glad you said that because that's how I feel when some dudes get mad at other dudes to see and pass them. My thing is focus on your mission and everything. Well, you'll make it there one day and everything. And
most of them are not doing what Angry Man or O'Shea is doing. Most of them, or Glennon, most of them are not even doing 10% of that kind of work. That's why I kind of give them an out to a certain extent versus like a lot of these motherfuckers, all y'all doing is just throwing fucking videos up and that's it. Anyway.
Well, the thing about it is their mission is to make money and they can't make it and then they're mad because everybody else is doing it. Well, sorry. Not everybody's going to be big.
Yeah, and the truth is, and I'm not trying. Definitely on that. And I've said this about like in another way it manifests is it'll manifest in like them trying to attack Pearl or saying women are taking over the space. Women are not taking over the space. What you're starting to see is you're starting to see like a sector grow, which is of women basically. And most of these women, I know the panders. I know, like for instance, I like Olivia Lex.
Well, hold on, before the for instance, I see this. Most of that outrage is an extension of what I like to call hoes mad. And that's kind of just how I see it. You know,
you're right.
I don't know, like dudes can be hoes too. You don't use a hoe. You
Well,
hoe ass dude.
to translate what PK is saying is like a female where you get in your feelings, and your feelings takes the place of logic. And again, like when it comes to an O'Shea, an Angry Man, or a Glendon, when you look at the type of work they put in their channel, I kind of give them a pass because I get it. But sometimes it goes off. O'Shea is not as bad. Well, O'Shea, like even right now, doing that video talking. Look, I don't fuck Tommy Sotomayor, but doing a video talking about he homeless and shit. Come on, I mean, really. But because look, I don't like Tommy. I'm just gonna say it. YouTube did Tommy dirty though. That's not. Tommy has never really said nothing so fucking crazy. That may not be true, but not as much as other people. But I don't listen to Tommy, but not as much as other people do, man. Like BGS has always said about Tommy. Tommy is a shock jock, but Tommy has not said. Tommy, they targeted him, and I don't give a fuck about how nobody want to say it. They did, and I don't like Tommy, but that I'm not gonna act like that's not true either. And the reality is, YouTube has made a lot of money off of Tommy. YouTube has literally taken checks from him on the grounds that he wasn't supposed to be in the platform, and waited till the end of the month to do it. And like, you're not gonna tell me you don't know what you do.
That's some fuck shit right there.
Yeah, I mean, but that's grounds for him suing them, because if that's
no, because they're gonna say we kicked him off the platform.
Yeah,
like no, even if they kick you off the platform, they still owe you the money, because I still got checks when my channel got taken away. They still owed me checks, and they still paid me out.
Yeah, they gotta pay you out.
Well, either that with Tommy,
because that gets into labor.
Yeah,
that gets into labor laws.
He might be lying
because you're actually performing a service for YouTube.
But then he might be lying. He might be lying.
I mean, they'll pay you out. It just takes a while.
That's what he said on Fresh and Fit, because I saw that was a few times I watched Fresh and Fit. I saw that interview, and then he might be lying. Because that amount of money.
Someone was talking about, being that Kevin's passed his channels up, YouTube was making money off of them channels also too. I'm thinking like, you know what? Did he set up? He did. Passed down to his family.
No, he did. He did. Yeah, he has an estate.
Okay, they do Alamajah Curry also too when he passed.
I don't know real quick. You on the West Coast, ain't you? How many you BGS?
Yeah.
How many more hours till New Year's?
3.
Three,
right?
3. Yeah, 3.5.
Oh, okay. So
no 3.5 hours behind us,
right?
For you. New York.
Not yet.
Yeah, I got 15 minutes.
10:40.
Yeah, we got 15 minutes.
15 minutes. I'll be 42.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm a New Year's baby.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of 40. You got, motherfuckers getting older, yo. O'Shea's in his 40s, LAR in his 40s. Charles, I think, is knocking at the door. Jason Black is. I think Jason Black is on the other side of 45.
Charles is 40.
I think he's older than that.
Yeah,
older than that. I think
Jason
Black
more
like 47.
In denial of the MGTOW lifestyle.
Jason Black is about making money now, man. He doesn't care what he says.
Yeah, he talked about another venture that he's doing on Twitter. Because I still get some of his Twitter updates. But yeah, man. Oh yeah. That shit with that 63-year-old, like that 63-year-old talking about I've been celibate for 23 years. Even Jason had to say, nah, you get that. Wow. This is he put that shit directly on Patreon, but he said, yeah, you gotta get this one. He said, I can't let you go with that. Cause I'm like, now I realize I've been realizing, but it just hit. Yeah, when y'all say y'all celibate, that's pretty much you saying you an incel. And that's why I'm gonna start calling women to say that shit. Either you lying or you an incel.
Yeah, that's sus.
You're a liar. Like, what? At 90% of the time, when black women say it, you're either a liar or you're because that's code for you can't get the dick you want, and so you just done.
Talking about a female.
Yeah, female says she's celibate.
Yeah, because they always frame being celibate, BGS, like it's empowering. I'm doing it for no, fuck that. You can't get the dick you want.
Exactly.
What you call a BGS femcel?
A femcel, yeah.
Yeah, fuck that. I'm gonna call them incels because
honestly, incel. Honestly, the
they know what that means.
Honestly, the incel acronym technically was coined by a woman first. So
No, was it?
No.
yeah, I
Was it?
believe so.
What-
I believe
well,
so.
I'm sure it was. As a name to call black men, I'm sure it was.
they used to actually the guy that actually coined it. He actually said when he coined it because it used to be true force loneliness back in the MGTOW days, right? And then they changed it to incel.
Yeah, because
Well, yeah,
incel means
so-
involuntarily celibate.
Yeah.
Correct. So what I was hearing in this, I could be wrong, but I was hearing from another channel producer of a TFL guy was talking about how a female in the forums many, many years ago was the one that actually came up with it. And I don't know if this is true or false. I haven't done any research to verify it.
It don't.
But
Well,
I wouldn't. I mean, I don't care. Honestly,
they embraced it because the guy that started the incel movement or the Black Pill movement actually said so. So I didn't hear about it until the guy started coining it.
So, but
and then,
man.
I started hearing like females trying to say they're incels too. So I'm like,
yeah, that bugged me out. Like, fem cells. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
like,
they call themselves fem cells.
Yeah, but usually when women are like that, it's because they want dick they can't get. It ain't really
exactly
that, like it ain't because
or they're lesbian and they don't want to admit it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like it was
a lot of
I haven't heard lesbians use that term yet. Cause they still
I don't know why.
There's a lot of lesbians that don't want to admit it. You know that when you say how come you're not married and never don't have a boyfriend, they don't want to say that they're lesbian.
We call them Tracy Rosses.
Yeah.
Ooh, damn.
I think a lot of them, like maybe Venus Williams the same way. You know.
Well, she got a white dude.
No, she says she's a virgin.
Okay.
Ooh.
Wow.
What you say is not how you act.
Yeah.
But going back to like a lot of this, when dudes do that shit, like for instance, one particular YouTuber I'm talking about, and I rock with him, but one particular YouTuber I'm talking about, he would do well in the musical genre, like as far as doing the DJ academic stuff, doing the trendy news stuff, and he has a good amount of subscribers. He has more than 15K, and it's kind of like he's very good. He can hold an audience. He can do lives, but he chooses to do the Manosphere shit. He chooses to do the Cynthia G bullshit. And it's like, yo, that shit, talking about, let's be clear here, talking about Cynthia G, Carrots, and all them bitches over there, that has never produced a lot of views, attraction for anybody. Nobody really came up doing that. Not only that, like Jap is probably the closest one, and Jap didn't even talk about them all the time, but Jap is like the closest one, and Jap has a strong following in Chicago because the other shit he did. And
Red Supreme stayed talking about CPG.
Well, Red Supreme, Red Supreme, what Red Supreme and Jap have in common is those guys, in my opinion, they have enough entertainment value that if they went over there, I'm not even saying not to talk about Manosphere stuff. I'm not, like, in my opinion, this is what I would tell them. And look, I'm not trying to tell them what to do. This is just my opinion based on what I see how their channels are. I would be like, keep the Manosphere shit on a Patreon and make people pay for that shit. And if they really, you got a certain subscribers, it depend on, $5. They support you anyway, so they have no problem doing that. I know this is true because my Patreon is free, and you got people that do $1, $2, $10, and I get a couple $100s from my Patreon, and all my Patreon videos are public, and I make it very clear you do not have to pay. And I say it over and over and over every video I put to Patreon, but I don't always put my videos to Patreon. But my point is they still do it anyway. So I already know with them, they would. Because people rock with Red Supreme just as hard. And then just on your other YouTube channel, talk about music, talk about DJ academics, these fucking thoughts. What Jada Black talks about, what dudes are doing off the court if they get in trouble, like a Ray Rice situation or something like that. And the algorithm will tag you with this Manosphere shit, and it'll put you more on the gossip blogger shit, and then you'll grow. I've seen channels do this. Cut to the Chase has done this. Shout out to Cut to the Chase. And he never officially got away from the Manosphere. He just slid out and did his own thing. I've seen channels literally go this year from like nothing to like a couple 100,000, and they don't show their face, by the way. They just did uploads with Bandman Kevo or other people like that were doing, and there's a whole network, by the way, of people, because I know Glennon was also talking about people stealing Kevin Samuels' content. Well, that shit was happening when he was alive. Yeah. And even on TikTok, he didn't care. But you got people where all they do is they upload Instagram lives of like celebrities, and that's literally their fucking channel. And they'll put like a brand, like a branding, like a logo to kind of kind of like how the logify their stuff, and that's it. And they'll watermark it, and that's it. Shit, motherfuckers make money off of Love Dorsey not being on YouTube. There's a couple of channels that get mad views off of her uploads.
I mean, people are gonna take your shit. It is what it is.
Yeah,
now,
all you need.
As far as Kevin stuff, I mean, I already knew what was gonna happen. You're gonna have a lot of these people, these fake Kevin Samuel channels coming out. All these dudes wearing suits now in their bedroom. Hey, there's a lot of people doing that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Nigga be in their drawers, but they be in a blazer, and I mean that's so.
You got a suit up top, but in their boxes and shit.
Like that shit is so.
And then trying to have an intimate conversation and telling people off, and they ain't even come out right.
Yeah, it's one dude on TikTok that I follow him, but I may upload some of the upload. These bitches be saying the dumbest shit, but he be having some dudes saying some real shit. Like it was one chick that she was like, let me see what the fuck this bitch was saying. Cause I let this shit go in one ear.
Y'all see that? Y'all see that?
Why that character look like M. Bison, yo?
I think that was the goal. He customized him to look like that.
Y'all see that Derek Jackson want to be on TikTok or whatever platform he's on?
There's a lot of
a couple of those.
Talking about.
I can't think of his name.
Is he the dude that has the tattoo on his face and shit?
Ooh.
He's like the Pookie version of Derek Jackson.
Yeah, I saw him on Instagram. Yeah, that nigga. Yeah, them niggas just be and I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna see a lot of these niggas pop up now that you see what we got, like 7 more minutes? Yeah, 5 more minutes. Once you see like the Derek can get away with that if you're sexy enough, you'll let's see.
Shoot,
I think it's gonna be real funny how mad these hoes gonna be when Derek Jackson decides to pick a bunch of beautiful women.
He already has.
He already has. Like if you see like his seminars, technically a lot of females are like very average looking type and everything.
Because that's the closest thing to an attractive dude they gonna get. There's a reason why they do all like trusting. Oh, this Asian bitch be killing me. The one to be talking shit about black men. I'd be like, yeah.
He's got 2 or 3 women right now. He posted online since the divorce.
Yeah,
he already has a gang. He already has a gang of women. He don't care.
These hoes are heated, bro. They are fucking melting.
But this is the guy that they blame like man ain't shit, but yet you still fucking him. Okay, stop being mad. You know he ain't shit. He cheated on his fucking wife.
All right, come on, man. Everybody knows Tommy been talking shit about bitches for years, and they still want to fuck him.
Well, come on, man. Not like Derek.
Not like Derek.
That ain't a comparison, bud.
Let's be clear here. Derek ain't paying.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, these motherfuckers they'll eat Derek shit.
Yeah, Tommy paying.
Yeah, that's true.
You know how they some of these girls, they go out to Dubai and like they go to these these dudes and they do these things where sometimes we hear stories of things that fall on their chest. We're not going to say what that is. There's a type of dude where he just show up and he get to do that for free. Yeah. that's Derek.
And at the end of the day, yo, I mean, like women don't. It's funny because I shared the thing. I shared this article. I shared it with a lot of shit. I shared it pretty much on every group that I was in. I'm waiting for Austin to fucking let that shit go, Austin Arilla. But anyway, talking about Yahoo. It was Yahoo. It was on Yahoo. It's talking about some black women aren't happy with passport bros. So somehow this made it on the Yahoo website as far as trending news. And this is from a website called Travel Noir, which is pretty much one of the preeminent websites out there when it comes to black travel. And it's funny because I ain't gonna get into the smug bitch and like her doing tea. But my point is the fact that I thought of the Tar Baby shit BGS was talking about. The fact that shit it's starting to like. In fact, I would have never thought passport bros would get that big. I just didn't.
Well, I think about it. You got a lot of these black women in these organizations, and like I said, when men leave, then that's when they're gonna take notice.
Yeah.
Men are tired of the bullshit. What did because BGS put that video when he talked to
it's Sister George. Yeah.
Sister George. She said women only going to take you seriously if you fucking leave.
When you leave, yeah.
And the men talking about leaving. Now women like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Well,
and now talking about they're leaving.
Yeah, you gotta actually do it. You gotta back it up with action, bro.
Yeah.
If you don't, then they won't.
It's like what I was telling my brother today. A dog that only barks but doesn't bite is not a threat.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the way they perceive it. So, I mean, I knew that before she even said it. That's why I don't know if you remember when that happened, BGS. I was like, yeah, no, like definitely, they're not with that. They're not gonna fucking do.
It's something about
it's actually make an action.
It's something about the shit coming out their mouth in the black community though. It's like the shit ain't legitimate unless they say it, which is one of the reasons why you got. Because I've been looking at these channels like, you got this chick by the name of Dee Dee, and she be saying some real shit. She kind of like you could throw her in there in Crimson Cure.
Yeah.
But she was at 12 at like 6-7 months ago. Now she's at 100 and something. And to be fair, Chiz is growing. There's a lot of the dudes that got in on that traction, like that Kevin Samuels traction, they are still growing. It's not like they like slow down and then the women are coming. It's just that YouTube ain't gonna really ban a lot of these chicks. Especially if they're not like doing crazy shit, because they see them as access to the female dollar.
Yeah.
So they're gonna be encouraged to do what they're doing, especially if their stuff is not like So they're and that's the thing too that a lot of dudes don't understand. They don't get that. And it's like when y'all get mad, y'all want to blame the dudes, and that's another thing. You make assumptions that it's just dudes driving these channels. Like niggas literally try to act like the majority of Pearl's listeners are black men. Or from America. From America.
How many subscribers?
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year,
everybody on the East
Hey,
Coast.
BGS.
I've been told.
Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year. I'm officially 40. I'm officially 42 now.
Appreciate that, man. Hope you get to 100.
It's 11 o'clock.
I got 25 days and I enter 40.
Hey, yo, this is the year that, remember, 2023 is the year from hell. Let everybody say it. So buckle the fuck up. Get ready.
Hey, it's 11 o'clock in Texas now. It ain't New Year's, and it ain't your birthday.
Make 2023 your bitch. Don't be 2023's bitch.
I'll say for health, go every 3 months. My man, don't just go once a year. All that insurance we paying, go every 3 months. That's what I'm gonna do.
Boy, them
I ain't going once a year for a physical. I'm going every 3 months. I want multiple checkups.
I would say I might not, depending on if you have no health problems. I'd probably say if you don't. I'd probably say if you're kind of knowing some stuff, I'd probably say go every 4. I say do it like trimester.
And make sure you get blood work.
Exactly.
Spend that money to get your blood.
Don't be a
blood
bitch.
Drawn. So that way they can tell you everything as far as your blood.
I'm gonna be
how much sugar you're supposed to have, what your absorption rate is, and all that shit. Because they can get all that shit from your blood. They can tell you that, what type of if you have any sexual diseases, they can get that from your blood.
Yeah, I told this story on Art New Style. Shit, I left because I didn't want the black woman to stick me. I left. There was just something about it. The way she was, a little bit very subtle. And then I said, because I was sick. I was like, I need to get it. And it was ironic is I started to feel better after I got the blood work. But this bitch said to stick me like two or three times. And she missed my vein. And to be fair, my veins are deep in there. I got small veins, whatever. I said, fuck this. I said, I need somebody else. And then a Hispanic chick came in there. And then she hit me right the first time. And I didn't even feel the needle. When I saw the needle go in. And I said, see, this is why Hispanic women win, man. This is why, for real. That's some shit I would remember. That's some shit you would remember.
Do you remember when that one guy was talking about interracial dating? It was a while ago. I don't remember who it was. Let me think for a second. Was it? It was either
my Hammer.
It may have been Hammer or Kea. I don't know. It was one of them kids.
No, with Hammer with that
when they were talking about that,
AKA
they were like,
Carl Lewis.
what's going on with black women or whatever, and they were like, he doesn't have any experience with anyone but black women. I'm like, but how would you know?
Well, Hammer
if
doesn't have
something
any
is better
Hammer
or
doesn't have
worse?
experience.
And
Hammer
so
doesn't
At
have
all.
any
He's got
experience with
woman,
none.
black women either.
He's got none. So my thing is, it's like, how would you know if you don't have any experiences with other types of women?
All I
You
know,
don't know.
PK. All I know, PK, is once BGS left, we was like, you know what? Fuck this. You made BGS leave weapons free. We about to all take turns just beating your ass verbally. And we did. We like, fuck. BGS is like, I'm going to sleep. Fuck this. I had a joke that
The old
BGS
man
kid.
went poof
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, he reminded me of some little girl, man. I got tired of hearing his
Oh,
voice.
and we,
Yeah.
I don't know. You should have listened. We were all going in. We were all, cause we were all like, I was really going. Man, niggas emailing me talking about,
Oh, he's in the chat.
9808. Cause I got mad, man, because it was kind of like, PK, how would you like for somebody to walk up to you and the first thing they saying is, do you date white women? Do you date white women? I'm like, nigga, what the fuck? I was like, I come from a family. Now, I have not personally done this, to be fair, but I come from a family with my brothers where both of my brothers have slapped the shit. My middle brother stopped dating white women because he slapped the shit out of two of them. Because they disrespected, and they ain't even called. They wasn't even on some N-word shit. And he got away with it like twice. I said, nigga, you gotta stop doing that. And then like the next like couple of months, he met this black chick, and a black woman, and she's been to multiple Thanksgivings and all that. My mom, like, I trade people in, but and they're not together now because here's the funny part. She wanna find herself because she's been with him so long. And guess what? And he was paying, and I told him he was dumb because I told him, I said, you need to get a townhouse because he's been operating manager for a minute. You need to get a townhouse and make her pay a little bit of it, maybe not half, but make her pay like, 300, 400. He didn't do it. And now all these houses are more expensive than they used to be. Anyway, she left.
Okay.
Right before all this shit got high. Now all this renting shit and all this shit, blah, blah, is high. And she's struggling. And now she want to come back. She talk about her friends, her mom and her friends have told her she need to find herself. And my brother moved on. My brother said,
yeah,
I'm glad you did. And he said, and my brother was like, he still likes her, but he said, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm glad I am thankful to you. And I mean this. And we can be cool that you did this before we got married. They was about to think about getting married.
Okay.
I'm glad you did that shit because nah, man.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
yeah. She fucked herself.
Yeah, and my brother, and by the way, my brother don't listen to none of this shit. My brother don't listen to none of this shit. In fact, my brother be thinking I'm talking crazy. He be surprised that I be getting any kind of money out of it because he don't really listen to what I be saying, but he be like, nigga, what are you talking about? Because he don't know. And I'm not interested in bringing him into it because my brother, like, if you'll slap a white bitch, you don't need to be Redfield.
No.
If you that bold where you done did it twice, I ain't worried about with no black. And by the way, my mom.
I mean, like, so hold on a minute. Like, I don't know. So this is just me. Like,
and my mom
if you
don't
do
like
something
like
especially, if you do something especially fucked, then yeah, like you gonna get slapped. It don't matter.
I mean, you say that, but you got to understand when you somebody that you like. Again, my brother is 30. 31. He's 5 years old. He's an operations manager, and he's on a good track, right? When you guys granted he did this shit when he was younger, but when you got something to lose, or you gotta understand how they'll treat in North Carolina doing that.
Right, that shit in Georgia.
Oh, okay. Well, but PK, most black men ain't built that way. So my point is,
I'm a black man who literally has slapped multiple white men, and I'm
okay. So we got abusers on here. Okay.
Nah, no, it ain't nothing like that.
Okay.
But I'm just saying though, like you ain't never had no woman do no like outrageous. Okay, no,
please tell me y'all ain't never hit
PG
no black
in a video game.
Never hit no
game, not in real life. In a video game,
we not
you
even
telling me not in real life. Okay, you ain't telling me that a woman hasn't done something egregious enough where you hadn't had to slap the shit out of her in a video game.
A woman has done shit to where
in a video. We're not talking about a video game.
In a video game.
Or just in the Patreon if you want to edit this shit out. Fuck it. Most people out. But I'll say this: there has been things women have done where I should have fucking broke their nose. Yes, but I didn't. Like the closest thing I've ever got is shaking a chick. You know, but
you know why it gets to that point? Because you didn't leave the first time that you saw
PK
red
threw the
sign.
bitch on the air mattress so hard it popped.
No, you mean a box spring? You on a box spring?
That's when it gets to that point.
A chick took a knife and cut his air mattress, and PK blacked out.
When you saw the red flags and you just didn't leave, and it just
you know how many AIDS I done fucked on that thing, bitch, and then everything is a blank.
That's what that is. The first time you saw a red flag, you just didn't fucking leave. You was like, well, maybe it ain't too bad.
Well, my point is,
well, no, it ain't like that. It's like, okay, so for instance, let's say something out of character takes place. Things like that happen in relationships.
Well, the chick threw like alcohol in his face. That's like, and then he reacted.
Yeah, that deserved that. Yeah, that's a reaction. That's like, okay, like that's like a instinctual
and it was a one hit
type
thing.
of thing.
And my brother's a little heavy handed. It wasn't no, Chris Brown. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah,
boom,
I've never. No one. I don't think anyone here is claiming to been down the path of let's beat the fuck out of a bitch. That's it. That's not it.
But
it's more so like, okay, well, this is a reaction to what took place, or it's like instinctual almost. Like you done fucked up, bitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but my point, and my point is, I generally, and y'all can argue it's because I'm short or whatever, but I have enough restraint. I've learned enough restraint. Now, granted, if a dude do that, I got to do something because I'm not gonna hear the end of it.
Okay, what if you're not expecting to get the taste slapped out of your mouth and you get the taste slapped out of your mouth?
Thankfully, no. Okay, we're not gonna play the what if game, but I will answer.
No, let's do that. Let's do that just for this one.
Hold on. Before you do, let me read my cash outs real quick.
All right.
2 Triv from last week. Appreciate you, sir. Anacetus, appreciate you. Aquateki, appreciate you. F Holiday, appreciate you. Do y'all want Hammer to come up?
No.
I mean, Hammer. I mean, he ain't gonna say nothing new.
You can bring him up. The thing is, you can always drop him down if you get out of hand.
Well, the problem, BGS
leave because of him. BGS leave because of hell. No, fuck him tonight.
I didn't expect BGS to come on here. BGS
got
kids,
grandkids. No.
Even if BGS want to deal with you, you got grandkids to watch.
I don't care one way or the other.
I'm asking. I just figured I asked. That's all.
Yeah, BGS is getting closer to me. He said he don't give a fuck. He indifferent as fuck. Oh no!
As long as you don't come up with that bitch ass attitude where you gonna talk to
BGS kids be like, you want to go see Grandpa? But no, he gonna make me read.
Yeah, he gonna make me read. That's true.
He gonna ask me about ice skating uphill.
So you don't want to read it? Not really, but he be making me read these hard books with small words.
And they long.
Hit him with the Dr. Seuss, bro. That'll
and then if his kids want to be real smart, I like to one of his daughters, be like, yo, he be making me read books. I don't even know if you can read. and then what make it so funny is his daughter be like, I would hit you, but you might not be lying. Like these books do be fucking hard, even for college.
You know what? If I'm babysitting one of my grandkids,
you want to get these hands,
and I'm gonna spank him. I wait till the parents get here, and I tell them what they did, and then I spank them in front of their parents, and then they look at their parents like, "Ain't you gonna do something?" They say,
"Like hell no."
So they walk away. I
like,
say,
why did you do that? Because what he gonna do to me is worse than you. What he gonna do to me is lecture me, and I can't leave.
Real quick, if Charles, since it's New Year's, if Charles wants to hop on, since Art's playing Modern Warfare, y'all can both get these hands. That's an official invitation. That's the official invitation to giving hands on New Year's. You can get these New Year's hands. They brand new. They fresh.
His Greg is like, well, he hit you too. Nah, he's gonna lecture me, and I can't go. That's the rule. I gotta sit there because he may not watch you again. So no, you need to just act right.
No.
Well, he hit me with a book.
The funny thing is, like, with my nephew and my sons and my daughter, right? I used to when they acted up, I used to make them sit in the corner, and I'll have to get a book and start reading for like 20 minutes, right? And then they can get up and go back playing if they didn't cut up anymore, right? So they cut up a couple times to get in the corner, read the book. After that, they didn't want to read anymore, so they played nice. And then fast forward with their kids, right? My nephew was actually visiting with his son, right? His son cut up, so we put him in the corner and made him read a book. I said, "Huh? Thought you didn't like that when I did it." He said, "Yeah, but it works."
Look, BGS is like, okay, you gonna be how long I be in there? You gotta read. You gotta read that book and do a book report. And trust me, I know if you read it or not.
Yeah, oh yeah. I used to go over the page and said, "Okay, what's it say on this page?" You know, I ask questions from the book.
He hit me with a book. Was it hardcover or paperback? It was paperback. Oh, you
all
You're all
right.
right. Too far from your heart.
A hardcover with no slip back.
Right.
Yeah, he hit you with a new book.
All right, let me ask BGS.
He ain't dust off one of them old ones for them like fucking.
Somebody said the hammer dates no one.
It's true.
I mean, I'm not even because the thing about it is even in the stuff, when we were roasting him, we were really trying to give him insight. And quite frankly, Hammer talking about we sucking dicks, we sucking each other off, we doing all that. Like,
really?
Oh, he went off, dude.
Oh, you motherfucker. Well, at least we do human beings, motherfucker. You do dogs.
No, BTS. BTS. He said in the end we were butt broken. You know, he kept asking me when he was up, talking about, do you date white women? Do you date white women? If you must know,
that must have been after I left.
I wouldn't answer. It said, do you date women? Period.
Yeah.
No. You was gone. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna fall back. This how bad it got. I decided to kind of kick the chair a little bit. So when he was up there talking, I said, because Rogas was talking. I said, Rogas. I'm really not trying to cut you off, but you don't have all the information. And then Rogas fell back. He fell back for a hot second. I said, 5 seconds, Rogas. This nigga advocates for fucking sex dolls. And Rogas was done. Rogas,
that's what I was on.
fucking blank Rogas out. Rogas turned into a different person at that point. Rogas was like, he was like, what?
What?
I gave Rogas like a software update. Rogas turned into, he was like,
I know, really.
He said, Rogas was like, this nigga, he said, are you sure you don't be chloroforming?
Somebody said R.P.L rage.
He said, are you sure you don't be, he was like, are you sure you don't be chloroforming these bitches? And I'm not gonna lie, this may be the square of me. I thought he meant nut all over a chick. I was like, he meant Jeffrey Dahmer chloroform. Oh.
Yeah, he meant
chloroform.
Yeah, that's actually Yeah, that's
you don't
something
get no
like
bitches. How you gonna? You don't need
nigga. I fucked that bitch so hard. I chloroformed their ass.
Well,
everywhere. It was everywhere on that air mattress. That's BK.
No air mattresses 2023, bro. Coming.
Yeah, because you all
wait, no air mattresses. What?
Hey, yo, I'm gonna keep it real.
Giving up the air mattress.
It's a new year. It's a new me.
No, I got like three. I got 3 air mattresses.
The box springs.
In case folks come over and shit, you should have them, just in case.
Ain't no pussy like when you bottom out the air mattress, man.
Ain't no air left.
That ass ain't got nowhere to go, boy.
Let's go.
Oh man.
The sad part is these black women, if you see an air mattress, they might get wet.
Shut up, Hammer, from artificial womb.
Is he still arguing in the chat?
Yeah, getting all that shit secondhand.
If y'all want to real, if you want to bring them up, the link is up here.
He's already butthurt. He don't need to be coming up here with that redundant ass talking point shit that he's doing. If he wants to mind his manners, if not, he ain't. Yes, you know this.
Well, if he doesn't, he drop him.
Yo, we changing his name from Hammer to Hamster, bro. It's over.
It's over. Wait, PK, wait a minute, PK. That's an insult to hamsters. Don't do that.
Hey, PK, have you ever heard of an incel hamster, sir?
That's an insult to the hamster. Don't do that.
Hamsters, no, they ain't got a lot of life to live. They ain't known for that.
Yeah. Hamsters get it in, man.
Damn.
You may be one to
Good
talk
point.
about
I didn't think of that.
Hammer is more like a lemming.
I'm not, like I said, man. I wish honestly, I wish the best. I really do wish the best for Hammer. But real talk, the thing about it is, as a man, you don't get to play this female card in this era where you don't know you being disrespectful. You were being disrespectful first, and the reality is, The reality is when you see how we communicate with each other, you don't see us fucking, yo, you're chucking each other out. Da, da, da. No, we're not, nigga. We like the Manosphere argues probably more than any other sector. We stay arguing with each other.
Oh,
so
yeah, we
no,
fight each other,
the
yeah,
last
all the
thing we're
time.
doing is like, you got dudes who used to be that people's biggest fans to be out here doxing people and shit.
Hammer needs to stay away from the white insults. That's where we get all this shit from, man.
Yeah, you know, fucking fuck Super Sly, by the way, but fucking Super Sly sitting here talking about it's karma that Sinful P died and shit. Even Red Supreme had to check that bullshit. And it's like, and my point is this idea. Do you know how many inner fights that we've had in this space? Now the women be sucking each other off,
and still going.
Yeah, the women be doing that bullshit. But and my nigga, I ain't even seen you on a panel with a bitch, like for real. Like seriously, and you be out here like, oh man. And it'd be funny. It'd be panels where niggas be talking about they're not even sexually attracted to white women. Do you date white women? And most black men are fucking white women because they're easy.
Well, the thing is, until you get a woman, you can't call what kind of woman anybody else dates. Until you
I asked Hammer, ideally, do you believe that not ideally, I said, do you believe black men have a right to pursue happiness? He talking about ideally.
Hold on. How you got any opinions about anything in regards to women? You ain't even been with one.
Well, Hammer, you ain't broken at all, motherfucker.
At all. Ain't got
your cherry's still intact.
Hold on. By the way, I don't mean to interrupt. What you were saying about 2023? Some negative devil, something like that.
Hammer, do you have a dick? Let's put it that way. Do you have
Get him.
He has an ejectable penis.
You're still going through the change, man. Don't.
Yeah, he probably is. He probably is.
Wait, Art, did you hear what I was saying,
Art? What you were saying?
No, you were saying something about 2023, something about negativity might come or something like that earlier.
And here's another thing.
Because the funny thing I'm saying that because the funny thing about it is right across the street from my neighbors, their house caught on fire.
Okay.
Right on 12 o'clock. I'm like, oh, man.
Well, guess what?
They probably doing something stupid.
Yeah, probably.
My chicks was using the microwave. And the
they
microwave
probably put a fire. They probably, let's go these live fireworks in the house, baby.
That's what happened because I'm hearing them saying fire. She was saying fire. I came upstairs, looked outside. Yeah, the back.
Man, nigga, the first thing I be thinking about is you fucking up my housing prices and you might fuck up my house.
You know what's funny, BGS? That house is practically still new.
Do you got a homeowners association?
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, because she said they was using the microwave and it just blew out.
Because you know them white women, them Karens.
That's not how microwaves work, bro.
Them Karens in the homeowners association. I had somebody they got shot and then they got shot at in the neighborhood. Yo, that them black folks were out there in the next 30 days. I was like, damn, why they get like they got no, they don't play and that shit like that.
Have you ever seen a pussy in a real life, Hammer?
On the internet.
On the internet.
No, I talking about in real life.
But here's a crazy.
Hey, hold on, gentlemen. Madonna made a song that's dedicated to Hammer, aka the nail, because he's the nail now, like a virgin.
He's never been touched.
Man.
Never
been
touched.
Good one, AL. Good one.
Like
yeah, man. And by the way, Amber Rose officially retired for being a thought once.
You lied.
Hold on. Once Madonna took one of her dudes, you're done. Like you're no longer qualified. You lost your thought certification, which means you're not required to get paid general labor prices of thoughts. You're done.
Oh, that you mean Cher? Cher took her baby daddy.
Cher. Now you officially. Now you officially are getting as what BGS calls coffee prices.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but I'm light skinned though. That don't matter. Premium coffee prices, but still coffee prices.
Coffee prices, yep.
But this is what I was gonna say too. The thing is, I don't know how old Mel is, but I'm 36.
42.
Okay, so I'm the youngest motherfucker. I'm the youngest motherfucker on here.
That's a lie.
How old are you, PK?
31.
He's not even 30s. He's still in 20s.
Oh damn!
Oh,
well, you know, we know where PK's got a lot of
PK
A lot of
rushes.
we're gonna call it a lot of rush yards on the field. So we're gonna assume PK is just taking a break for New Year's.
This is
So we can assume that with PK. But outside of that, you're 20 years old, Hammer. What's your excuse? And you're in college.
I actually had a party I could have
Exactly.
went to, but you know I'm an introvert, so I ain't doing that. Fuck
Like,
you.
he's like, I gotta take a break, man. I gotta
Yeah,
give
man.
the quote unquote legs a break.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
rough.
yo, in this day and age, when
I'm not
females feel
Adrian
control to
Peterson,
niggas so
goddammit.
easy,
I'm getting older, man. This shit ain't it ain't the same no more.
Congratulations, you an old nigga.
Yeah.
But for real though, but like, and that's what I'm saying. I'm like, you on here worried about what the fuck we talking about? Like, and some people get so invested. Like, for instance, I check dudes when they get hyper invested on small hat people. Like, I've been on the phone with people, and I ain't gonna turn this into a conversation about that. These niggas, man, but the Jews, no nigga, and it's so bad they'll start listening to what's due on F.O. Wars. They'll start buying. It's like y'all really act like these. Y'all really be acting like these white boys. Like, you really think behind every Emmett Till situation was like a small hat person that gassed them up to do that? What the fuck are you talking about? And my point is, or you get dudes that they literally get invested in the Hollywood / music industry theories and stuff. I'm not saying all that is a lie, but they get so invested in you know, at the expense of other shit. My thing is, you are so invested in black men and where their dick has been, dude.
That's wild.
Like that is. It's like you're 20, and the thing, it's like, yo, like, trust me, if black women want, do you really believe that if black women want black dick, they can't get it?
Like, what's wild to me
ones.
is like I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like, in my early 20s and late teens, bro,
PK was like,
I didn't have time, bro.
Why
It was
these
just
niggas ain't fucking these bitches on this air mattress? The fuck is wrong with y'all?
that was all that was happening, bro. Like,
what was the fuck is wrong with y'all?
I would listen, but I was clapping cheeks at the same time. What the fuck are you doing? Dude, you in college. That's free.
Well, he go to Howard. He could, you know how many black women, the percentage, it's like 60 fucking 8.
Bro, listen, you can start low, aim for some fat bitches, bro. You'll be all right. You know, you got dudes who like you. That might be you.
Yeah. You either at that level, you at that level where you like boozy badass, where you just need to go overseas, you know, drop a stove like Game Changer did.
Yeah,
you know,
man. Be
it's not that
changer,
much,
bro.
But the thing is that what about his wife who pills? She might feel jealous.
She don't exist yet. Go ahead, man.
I don't know. My thing is, there's better things for you to be worrying about than dudes that are like 10, 15 years. You're elder that's been through some shit, and you talk about what they done did. Like, I can tell you right now, a lot of dudes I know that are married. In fact, the one dude, he lied. My business mentor lied to me. He told me if it didn't work out with his wife, that he was done with black women. And granted, his wife did pass away under a heart condition. It's very tragic. It is. And my mentor, he's the type of dude where black women listen to him. Like, he don't have these fucking problems. You know, he don't. I've seen it. Even in the workplace, I've seen it. When it my point is, he went and got remarried. And I already know what he'd say if I'd ask him. He'd say, well, you know, if we didn't get a divorce. I said, if I divorce, aka not work out, he just got married to another now. Granted, this I'm like, you picked her because she's very attractive, but she got a little I've been told a crazy streak, but she inherited a lot. It's a black sister, but she inherited a lot of money for what I've been told. She got a son, so I said, all right, hey, I can see that, because very rare you get a sister that's attractive and inherited a lot of money. So
I mean, ultimately,
and he got money
It depends on where you come from, because I know a whole lot of women that went to high school with. There were 9s and 10s and inherited a lot of money.
Nah, she's like a 7. She's like a 7, and she's old. But I mean, he's like 47, 40. I think she's like 37, 37. And they both he got kids. She got kids. She got 8 kids. And she is attractive. I mean, she is attractive.
Yeah.
Could he do better? Yeah, but I think he just yeah. And it wasn't like he got married immediately. It's been like 6-7 years.
No, when she fit, she basically she fit his lifestyle. So.
Yeah. And I think what it is she's liked him for a long time, because this is like a work situation. And so from a compliance standpoint, yeah, it's just
Hammer,
that. Yeah.
Hammer, you are an incel.
You're an
So
incel.
he did.
Actually, yeah.
So he
You're not
did.
a
So he
con- you
did.
don't-
Yeah.
I refuse to be a concubine.
Yeah,
You gotta be
incel.
chosen first, motherfucker.
Shit,
Yeah. You refuse.
That's
you
how
get
I
paid.
know you don't know shit about African American culture. Honestly, being a concubine, that's a rite of passage for a lot of black men. A lot of black men talk shit. Most of these niggas talking shit, they lie about being concubines.
In other words, basically, Hammer, if you're gonna repeat stuff that I say, right? If you're gonna use my talking points, repeat the stuff that I say, at least be accurate, man. All this shit that you talking about, man, did you just repeat my talking points?
The shit, yeah, it's like you using words but don't know they mean. The thing about being a concubine in African American culture, and this is what a lot of you complain about, if you're a concubine, especially if you're a concubine by an attractive woman, basically you're being paid for.
Yeah.
In one way or the other, even if you're young, you may be being paid for in Jordans and PS5s.
Yeah.
That is something men brag about to other men. That is something that you get more bragging rights in the African American community than you do if you make 6 figures.
Yep.
Hey, yo, you just swept like 2 dudes. Art, by the way, I don't know if you saw him run right.
What did Alan? Rest in peace, Alan Roger Curry.
Right
Alan
in
Roger.
front of you. Go ahead.
What did it say? Okay, go ahead. Oh,
it was saying something about Alan Roger Curry, then he fell off.
He fell off.
Don't worry, Master the staff will be back.
Yeah, he'll be back. Yeah.
The
storm will resume after the eye passes over.
Another tsunami will be coming in. Incoming.
Mm-hmm.
It's just wild to me. Like, how can you have such strong opinions about much of anything that has to do with women while not having any experience with women in any sort of intimate relationship?
He's like a 12-year-old. Like a 12-year-old is reading comic books, man. He's got strong opinions, no experience.
It's wild. It's actually wild.
He sounds like a 12-year-old.
Actually, yeah, right. Yeah.
You're on a campus full of black women, and you can't get one.
Full of black women.
Yeah. Well, the thing is like based on what I haven't listened to much of what he said. To be fair, I will levy this olive branch. I don't listen to you, bud. But what I will say is based on the conversations that I've heard you've taken part in and that I've shared with you, man, you ain't even putting yourself. You haven't even went outside, bro.
The only time his dick gets wet is when he's in the shower.
Basically, you don't even get wet then.
That's not too hard. He has a plastic doll he can play with. That's when his dick gets wet.
Atomic doll.
Like, you ain't putting yourself out there to get chosen in the first place. So what the fuck? What are you doing, bro? You're not choosing. You're not putting yourself out there to get chosen. You're not doing nothing.
With Cameron, if you promise to go to the corner, man, tomorrow morning, after before the hoes go in, man, and go ahead and get yourself a New Year's piece to get yourself started, prime the pump. I'll cash at you $50.
And don't forget the condom. Take you some condoms.
Yeah, you have to have a condom. That's true.
Yeah, man. Yeah, don't
get condom, because he's fucking with streetwalkers. Condoms, plural.
Nah, you need a double condom. Bro.
No, you don't need game. Incels don't need game. You're right, Hammer.
This is true.
And Hammer, don't pick up a pack of lifestyles. Whatever you do, we do not need no more you running around on this earth.
Hey,
man, buy some hefty, bro, and get somebody to stitch it together, bro. Man, you gonna have to make do.
I don't think you can break any lifestyles. He's cool with lifestyles. He's not gonna. Break
we're not gonna take that chance. We don't want him becoming a baby daddy. We don't. Okay. We don't, and we don't want him catching no STDs. We want him to get laid, but we want him to get laid the right way.
Yeah, man. STDs really suck, bro. I'll tell you, first-hand experience. They suck. I know.
Go pick you up a pack of Trojans. Go on and get you the red pack because you're not ready for the black yet. We don't think you're ready for the black. You're
Hammer, you don't need. Yes, you're right. You don't need game. You need a life.
And since you're so, interested in black women, you definitely want to wear a condom, bro. I'm just letting you know now. STDs, bro. I'm just letting you know now.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, because don't pin them.
Yeah,
don't pin them down.
Don't trust them.
So you're gonna learn the easy way or the hard way.
These chicks run around nowadays, man. They coochies out there.
It's not a good time.
No.
So yeah.
You think in the 80s it was worse, or is it now, BJ?
No, man. Oh, hell no. I mean, since the 90s since 95 on, they buck wild, man. The 80s, it wasn't as wild as
I
it
remember
is
you
now,
said
man.
like the 80s there was pussy everywhere.
Well, in the 80s, basically
Stop
because of the crack era, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's pussy everywhere, but it wasn't, in certain spots, it wasn't widespread. So the small number of women that were going through it, they were going through it. But the thing is, it wasn't the whole population. Now these chicks, man, are something else.
Today it's
Yeah, the 304
wide open like
culture.
a wide
Like I
open.
said it's so bad that the ethnic group is devolving. That's
When
how
you
bad.
get Hammer, when you get some pussy, come back and tell us, okay?
Hammer. What do you think you doing? You think you fighting the Manosphere? You think you
Yeah,
fighting the good
yeah,
fight? What
yeah,
are you doing?
yeah. Basically you the low. If you go and ask women who's the lowest form, the incels are the lowest form. Okay? A white incel is a step higher than a black incel, because black incel ain't got no business existing. As much pussy as black women give away.
I've never seen a hammer that can't hit a nail.
Damn.
Yeah, that shit, man. Oof.
You telling jokes like you've been hanging around a bunch of women, man. That's all your talking points are.
All y'all do is suck each other off. And
Suck
you're
you
gay.
off, and you're gay.
You sound like
That's the best you got, really?
If I really want to be an asshole, I would get who's Hugh's brother, Riley. Like, you gay? Every time yeah, man, I just fucked this Hispanic chick. Or you put up a picture of a passport, bro, showing a chick. You gay?
You gay?
I mean, you know how many times black women say that? You think, like I said, you won't say that shit to a black dude's face. I know that. And I ain't even trying to threaten you, but I'm just saying straight up, like you won't be talking this greasy in a barbershop.
No, he won't.
You would have got punched in the face in the
understand
barbershop.
that the way I communicate, if I was in a barbershop, I do the same shit in the barbershop.
You know what? I just had a revelation.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the restroom and washed my hands, and I while I was doing that, I had a revelation about Hammer, bro. I looked in that toilet as it was flushing, and I thought to myself, man.
Not a revelation.
Oh shit.
The stone tablets came out of the toilet. Listen, Hammer, I don't know if you got any friends, bro. Go make some friends, dog.
Yeah.
Go make some friends.
No, Hammer said half his friends are African Americans.
Go make some real friends that you actually go spend time with out
when I asked them,
out
like,
in public places.
Are the Hammer's Hammer must be writing one hell of an app, man. He's probably gonna come out being a multi-millionaire because he ain't doing nothing else.
And still get a frumpy looking white bitch, just like them other tech motherfuckers be doing.
If that nigga ain't got a GPA of 4.0 for 4 years straight, leaving up out of Howard, something wrong.
Hammer gonna end up with a Thai chick and be like, because she dark enough, it counts.
Damn. Big fact.
Ain't nothing wrong
that's
with
actually gonna happen. I believe that's probably what's gonna happen for him.
Yeah,
I mean, he's in tech too, so I mean,
but it don't, like I said,
Asian girls are gonna be
Mike
hard
is
for him
in
to keep
tech.
off.
Mike is in tech, and Mike don't like it. Don't have Mike V. It don't have to be that way, yo.
He had to make an active effort for it to.
Grizzly
not be that
is
way.
in tech, but he also from Miami. Yeah,
Grizzly trick in a minute.
Yeah, Grizzly tricks.
Grizzly different though. He built different.
Yeah.
He don't give a fuck.
Yeah, he built similar to me. He built different.
I will never touch a white girl. You probably already didn't touch a white girl. Shut up, man.
He be doing he probably doing DoorDash tricking. He be mad getting them bitches to him. Shout out to Grizzly though. And Grizzly got the money to, like I said, man, we talked about that shit a while ago. And if you I'm not gonna put his business out there, but Grizzly be making money. Like, he ain't just barely touching 6 figures.
No, he put it out there. He made $350 last year.
Yeah, so I mean, trust, and he be and them bit and trust me, Grizzly's paying a little bit over coffee prices, but he ain't. He pay his maid more than he literally paid a nanny to come in there every 3 days, more than he paid these bitches.
Yeah.
And so
that's how you supposed to do it.
Exactly. So the thing about it is, he pretty much can budget that shit, and he don't be doing it all the time. That's the thing. Yeah. A lot of people, like, here's the problem. It's not the money for black men. it's the culture and socialization.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to have this illusion that this bitch is down for you. But the reality is a lot of dudes some of the niggas that got the most problems with women are niggas that are baby daddies.
Yeah.
So clearly, just because you fucking a bitch, even if you fucking her good, because trust me, if black women are having your baby, it's either they need to or they want to.
Yeah,
and if they're having your baby and they still putting you on child support and shit like that, so they work for you. But see, you get to say, well, she had my baby though, but she giving you problems.
Hey, man, if I get to 100,000 subs, Hammer, I'm gonna put you on a flight to the DR.
Send him to Thailand.
No. DR is closer, man. He's right there. He ain't got to fly that long.
You're right. Yeah,
and he'll get taken care of.
Yeah, that'll change him real quick.
It'll change him real quick.
That nigga it'd be like 28 days later when he be trying to escape, get back to the airport. And when you go get this pussy,
hey, go to DR wearing Stacey Adams, come back wearing Crocs as toes.
Hey, that's another way how to get post nut clarity right
there. Hammer saying, "What's that?"
I just got to say Happy New Year and everybody together.
Happy New Year. Let's get a New Year's woo. Let's get a New Year's woo. 1, 2,
hold on,
3.
Okay. Hold up. 1, 2, 3.
Woo! Yeah. Charles got candy grams him already. I can hear him in the background.
Well, that's the Padawans on candy gram.
Oh, that's
I'm gonna send Hammer a postcard with a whole bunch of black men. A whole bunch of black men with nothing but white women.
He's 19, so he's got Hammer beat.
Oh yeah. So yeah.
Yep, about that time.
I mean, Hammer. He should change his name to Hammer to Limp. But anyway. I tried to explain and get his point out, and try to get him to explain himself. But when you're talking to grown men and grown men situations, and you still have a boy mentality, it's fucked up.
Hammer needs a shot of pussy. Hammer needs to get fucked like 3 days.
A shot of pussy. He needs a whole 50 cal belt
rack.
Of pussy.
Yeah.
You need a whole rack.
Bam, 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 bam. Basically, like a 44 caliber.
More like
if Hammer come in one day start giggling goofy, I said, "Oh, he didn't got some pussy."
Wait, Charles. I'll do you one better. Let's get an RPG 9. The big heavy duty kind of type.
I mean, that nigga probably need artillery at this moment. But see, this is the part where I tell a lot of these dudes, God damn, it's foggy like London in this bitch. I mean,
you guys who get robbed in Colombia. I
wait.
mean,
Hold on, wait, Charles, you're forgetting something. It's foggy as hell over there. Aren't you forgetting something?
Yeah.
Hey, you getting
all aboard is coming aboard. Calling short.
Shout out to my ex Cherie. Today's her birthday.
You out with her? All right. You out with her?
No, I'll see you tomorrow.
You trying to catch these hands? What's up?
I'm driving from work. I had to hurry change my clothes. So I
all right, well, hurry up. Come get these hands, bruh. They free. They ready to eat.
New Year. I gotta explain this to bodyguard at a bar.
I gotta explain this to you, right? When it comes to Tekken, my hands are rated E for everyone.
Nah, we're doing Modern Warfare tonight. You getting these E-rated Modern Warfare hands tonight? That's what you get.
So I can tag your ass. That's all.
Nah, that's kind of gay. We don't do that around here. You might want
to. We already know what's kind of gay.
You might want to talk to Hammer about that.
Well, guess what? We already know what's kind of gay about you. You're the one who says you like the twig and berries, man. So stop it.
Oh, nah, that's you at the trailer.
No, that's you with the lot lizards.
Nah, that's you on patrol.
That's you with the trans bands.
Nah, that's you on patrol.
We know you like the trans. We know you like the Transformers and shit. We not talking about those Hasbro.
You want to talk about that last visit you had to Dr. Miami?
Yeah, we already know that you said you got with a tranny who had a thicker mustache than you. What?
Oh God, no. Never.
I know when you were driving your truck. Part. I know when you drove your truck and the lot lizard came into the cab, you were like, "Ooh, baby, I'm nice and hard," and she laughed and giggled. Me too.
The third time you told that joke.
That's like
that. Yep, it is. Well, guess what? It's the second time you did that to a truck driver, so shut the fuck up.
Hey man, listen. Just because you getting in and out of trucks more than me,
guess what?
it ain't got nothing to do
That's
with what we talk about right now about catching these hands up out of water.
Because right now you're the master of the glory hole. Every time someone passes you that hole, your lips get real moist, huh, boy? Mm-hmm.
Master of the glory hole? I
Yeah,
don't know,
you
man.
the
I'm the
master of the
master of
glory hole.
holes, but
No, you're
you
the
know
master of giving up holes.
the only holes that you get mastered at
You're
is
the
the
master of
ones.
giving up holes.
Yeah, that's you.
Ah, man, guess
yeah,
what?
no, yes, you're my joke, Vincent.
Oh man,
Let's talk about
that's
tech.
the
How
fucked
about
up
that?
part. I heard you at that damn parking lot, and you got filled out like an
I
application.
hear you
by
right now,
somebody
man.
whacking
You getting them
themselves
cheeks
or what?
clapped right now. That's kind of terrible,
That's
bro. You might
kind
want
of
to
No,
have
I'm saying who
yeah,
beating?
boy. Yo, tell Bruno to stop clapping online, man. Stop, Bruno.
They got a New Year beat off on the stream. What the fuck?
That's what I'm
What you
saying.
say, Bruno?
Goddamn.
We can't hear you over Bruno over there.
Charles, I can hear him in the background, bro. Calm down.
Well, we can hear you in the background with Bruno. I mean, goddamn. Right now, you literally can shit a brick after he was done with you.
Whatever, man. Hurry up, get on Call of Duty and catch these hands, man.
Mm-hmm.
Stop being scared. Talking all that shit.
Scared.
That's why
You
you
have to
drive so
actually be a
goddamn
truck for a
slow.
nigga to be scared.
That's why you driving so goddamn slow. You probably had to go and pick
I don't
up one
drive
of them,
slow.
huh?
It's fucking. It's the what?
Yeah, what?
Nah.
Yeah.
I had to tell them. I had to give them your address.
Yeah.
I gave them your address. They said they on their way.
Anyway, hey,
Yeah.
BJs, what's new in tech, man?
No, they're in the panel talking about Chat GPT.
Oh yeah.
Hit my theme
Yeah,
music.
AB showed us that.
Yeah, I played with it, but yeah, it's in training. Okay, it's in training. It's not
What is
quite
it?
there yet. It's almost like an assistant, right? So you can put anything in and chat with it, and it'll give you results back. And it'll do things like write essays for you, like AB was saying. It will actually put in most of the code in for you if you're trying to write a program. So it does a bunch of different stuff.
Okay.
If you're very specific, it will write a programming object for you.
Yeah.
If you know what to say.
If you know what you're doing, yeah. If you know what to say. So, but the thing is, it's just now, it's a baby right now. So basically, they're having humans train it. So just like your other assistant, man. That's why they're so cheap, because you're actually teaching it. So they couldn't afford to pay you, so just give it away. Yeah.
Actually, it also understands some more complex things about the language you work in too. Because I actually asked it to write an abstract class for me, which means which is basically a class that you can't create a new object. You have to make this class has to be an inherited by another object. You can't create a new instance of this object when it's an abstract class.
Yeah,
and that's
in English.
Yeah, you got to remember. Basically, programmers write these things like millions of times a day, so it knows what to do. The thing is, it needs to know, it needs to understand you and what you want, and that's the problem. Yeah. See, that's the whole thing.
You need to have like basically have to establish like specific parameters for it to operate and whatnot.
In other words, basically, it has to be like a human. Like if I want something specific, like if I wanted AB to write something specific for me, I have to describe the program or the application I want him to write. Right? Okay.
Yeah, excellent details and everything. You got to give the accurate details and such.
AB can do that. He can say, okay, I know what you want, because by what you're asking, it's something like, say, like something like what is it? A Sonic, right? I want to write a Sonic game for me, right?
All right.
A Sonic scene for me, right? And when I want it to look like this, okay, AB can actually take my human language and actually turn it into code, right? Because he knows what he's doing, right? The Chat GPT can't do that yet, because it can't decipher what I mean by human language. So it's not there yet. But the thing is, it has to go through enough iterations of people asking it for stuff, and then it'll actually start learning.
All right.
So that's
Can I hop in on this Chat GPT?
Oh, go ahead.
So basically, it's still learning certain aspects of human language, such as BGS. Did you have to go there?
Had to go where?
What?
Oh yeah, well yeah, because we talk about the whole panel of STDs. So yeah.
Oh.
BGS ain't right for that.
Yeah, well, he wants to troll. I can troll. You know what? People have been trolling me. I've been trolling them since 1992. So basically, before you were born,
It's free game.
Yeah.
So you're a master teacher and a master troll, huh?
I've been. Hey, I used to troll white boys all the time, man. In Usenet, we used to troll white boys all the time, man. In 1992. So.
BGS,
I know how to troll.
since you're into troll, since you're such a great troll, I didn't know you were part Scandinavian that way. God damn, I learned something new about you. Because Scandinavia, they have these old legends about trolls and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, hold on, wait a minute. A panel of STDs, really, nigga? You sound like a bitch.
That's why I put that down. Okay, you caught STDs from his blow up dog.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, man.
That guy.
He wish he could catch a panel of STDs. He can't catch no pussy to save his life.
I mean, wait, let me ask you this, Cameron. What does plastic syphilis look like?
Oh damn!
Time out.
Hammer finally get burned. Yes, sir. You're that shit.
Time out. Hammer and Cameron sounds too close. That's all I'm getting at. Like y'all can roast them. It's just Hammer and Cameron are just way too close. But,
hey, sometimes it's called, what is it?
Collateral damage.
Collateral damage.
Yeah.
I heard Hammer suffers from an STD called rug burn.
Wait, hold on. You said it wrong. Al. It's like this. Uncle Roger be like, emotional damage. It's emotional damage.
He's the only one that knows good. STD called plastic.
Nigel
Hey, BGS. I think Hammer's new phrase should be burn rubber.
Yeah.
Nah. Before we bounce off, I mean, it's dope roast. I ain't gonna lie, roasting Hammer is an easy target just because what I've seen and heard, it ain't hard. No, y'all niggas got better jokes than him. But the chat thing, like this artificial intelligence thing. What's really dope about it is like if you understand like the layers of architecture, you can have it connect like the middleware in between each layer and just start outputting like minimal proof of concepts back to back.
Good thing they gave you the baby instead of the real one, right?
Nah, I want the real deal.
Well, you gonna have to pay for the real deal. Those are connected to the those are the things that are actually connected to the what is it, the big machines? What do they call them? What do they call the big machines with the below zero? Quantum computers.
Yeah, the quantum computers.
Yeah, those the big AIs that come out of Google and Tesla and even Meta connected to the quantum computers. Those are the big boys that talk about the theory of black holes and shit. So.
Oh yeah.
Those are connected to. So we got the baby.
You said the theory of what happens when Hammer has.
We don't need more than that.
Huh?
You said the theory of what happened.
But the
theory of what happens to Hammer when he has his black doll.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you're an expert at it, yeah, you can talk to. But that's not the aim. They're aiming it at the ordinary person. Okay, that they can actually design an app with human language and not know what to actually code without knowing code. That's what they're aiming for.
So here's something that I wanted to ask earlier was how much of this is different from just taking lines of code that other people have already used before and posted them up?
It's not. But the thing is most lines of code have already been done over and over and over again. The thing is that taking a specific line of code and actually applying it to your particular instance, right? The thing that most lines of code, man, the programmers use have been invented and done by somebody else, right? So that's how they know it. You might tweak it here or there, but the thing is, can the AI search it out, find what you want, bring it back, and then you fill in the blanks. That's what it is. Okay,
I see.
And how specific do you have to be? Is it simplified? Does it take an expert to actually talk in this language? Because if you say a programmer can actually talk in this language, tell it specifically what it needs. It's not simplified enough. Can somebody like me that doesn't code ask for an application and get it back and just fill in a couple of parameters, right? And get what I want. That's what they're aiming for.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds dope. I mean, like if it ever gets to a point where, you know, your everyday user can use it, I mean that's good in a sense, but it's also bad in another sense because ultimately that may eliminate, you know,
it will eliminate. In fact, I was talking to MGTOW Universe. He's talking about using it to do code, right? Using it to print applications, and he said he's going to, you know, in front of an employer, if you ask, put in a couple of parameters, and you get spit out a line of code, and he thought about it, and the employer will say, "Well, why do I need you?"
Right.
Uh-huh.
That's the concerning part.
It is a concerning part because that's what I was telling him. He said, "Well, oh, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread, yeah, until it replaces you."
Right.
It's always a good idea until it happens to you.
Yeah.
I mean, this would essentially eliminate your lower level and mid level coders. I mean, you have to be top level.
A lot of your lower level coders, man, that've been going into code camps and shit like that, man.
Yeah,
are basically script kiddies, okay? And those are the first ones that are actually going to go.
Yeah, because they don't actually write code; they copy and paste.
They take just like anything else. They take already designed platforms and code and stuff like that and adapt them just like you do with hammer and nails, okay? Okay, because your knowledge of knowledge of higher level code is limited because you don't have the math and all the other kind of stuff to actually write with it. Like I was actually reading the New York Times, I think New York Times or Washington Post, where this 72-year-old congressman was actually going back to learn machine language, right? And he was actually having to go back to his second his calculus book to actually learn the mathematics to actually understand how to code, code into this machine language. Okay, so basically this is something, those are the real programmers that actually that are higher level, because you gotta have some kind of math, and most of these cats don't have enough math to do this, man. You can really, how much can you really learn how to program in 6 to 8 months?
Well, some of these guys, and a lot of people don't realize this, a lot of your people who are working in the higher levels of coding have been doing this for decades.
Yeah.
And so a lot of what people are doing is they're coming back behind a lot of these people, and they think that they actually know a lot, and they don't know much of anything. They're just copying and pasting a lot of the work.
Basically ChatGPT is the same thing as truckers and self-driving trucks. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, eventually, it's not going to replace everybody, but for a lot of stuff, you won't need it. If I make a programmer to do 90% of my work, I can lay off 10 people and have one guy do 90% of the work with ChatGPT. Why would I keep a staff of 100 programmers when I only need 10?
Fellas, I'm gonna bounce in 5 minutes. I can go shoot my shotgun in the air about 5 good times, and I'm gonna come right.
All right, man.
It's 5 minutes to real 12 o'clock.
When you get out there, man, I want you to see just one thing, man. When you get out there, don't nobody say shit.
I got to say it. I got to say it. Just for you.
I get over there and start shooting like a bad mother trucker, yo. Sorry, damn, I can't do his voice right. I try.
It's unique, brother. One of a kind. You got to smoke a whole lot of cigarettes and smoke a whole lot of weed and a whole lot of tobacco pipes and cigars for this voice.
First of all, that's my problem right there. I don't mess with tobacco whatsoever. That's the one thing my father's grateful for.
Yeah, that's good, man.
A lot of programs need to start reading basic AI theory, man, about what they're trying to teach the machine and how they try to teach the machine. You're trying to teach it think like a human, right? Respond like
artificial AI, but
what is AI? AIs don't have bodies, right?
No, they don't.
Like a human body gives the brain like a trillion impulses per second. So you're getting all these impulses per second to actually train your brain from the time that you're little. Okay, AI doesn't have a body. Where does it get its input from? Got to get it from humans. Thus, you have Alexa, you have Google, you have Siri, and a host
Siri,
of other,
Alexa, other things like that.
right? You got Google searches and all this kind
Google
of stuff,
Assistant as well. Sorry,
Yeah.
Google Assist as well. Yeah, like you're saying.
All that. You're just
Meta,
training it. That's all.
you're training the AI by doing this.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, BGS.
Hold on for a second. Appreciate you, Jay Butler, for the Cash App. Happy New Year to you.
So I know the coders are excited, but the thing is, all the coders need to go. If you're looking at this, you need to head your ass back to school. I mean, fast, and move yourself up the chain. I remember I was
step it up.
I was telling this to Char Willie about 5 years ago because she's is in the medical billing. I think she was in medical billing, and she's saying she was looking around and said, "Baby, you need to start training, moving yourself up the value chain because they're gonna start cutting people at the bottom." And so, a year later, they're cutting people at the bottom. Okay.
Yeah, I got a buddy who works in he's not a buddy, he's not a close friend, but
associate.
I was talking to him. Yeah, he's an associate. I was talking to him. We used to talk all the time about maybe 4 or 5 years ago, give or take. Play a lot of games together. And he's I think he's a systems engineer or something like that. And he was telling me, about the some of the new technology coming out, and he's like, "Yeah, man, this shit is dangerous because it could potentially, take my job."
Yeah.
And all I would have to do is come out here, and they wouldn't need me and pay me as much as they do because I'm making almost $100,000-$200,000 a year.
Yeah.
So for me to do this, they wouldn't need that. They would just need a person to come out and lay down the servers, and that's all they would need.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, why should they pay you if they can do it this way?
Yeah, the one thing they're paying for now, and really now is internet security and stuff like that.
Cybersecurity is important. I mean, if we had Mike V here, he'd giving us the skinny right now.
Yeah, because you have to keep an eye on protective systems like like automated systems like trucks and stuff like that. You got to keep an eye on people, and AI can't really do that yet.
Yeah. Also, you'd be surprised how many freelance white hats are out there in the world who are getting paid just to hack systems and send them to whatchamacallit. And some of those guys are actually doing it to and some of those guys are actually in school as we speak. So
finding holes that are in systems.
Had to send it over to the computer and send it over to the to those said firms. They send their engineers and whatnot. I mean, I just found that I got a in-law who's into cybersecurity, and we were just like chomping it up a bit.
Including Bitcoin that people said it couldn't be hacked. Yeah, all right.
Oh, anything can be hacked. You find out if there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah.
PK.
Yo.
When I said you said something about that's good about me. What was that about exactly?
I don't know.
PK something good about you?
No, he said like no. He said like no. That's good on me. He said that's good on you. I think when I was talking about smoking and oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you said that you don't smoke. Yeah, I said good for you. That's good. Don't do it.
Because I come from a family of smokers. It doesn't matter to me.
I don't care. I literally don't care. I'm just happy that you don't, man. Don't do it. You're in the long line of people who've been saying that to me for years, brother. I'll tell you that much. That's good, man. That means people care about you.
Yeah. And I'm also the guy they got to call when everybody gets shit faced and got to drive the car, despite the fact we all walk to the motherfucker.
Yeah, that's good, man. I mean, shit. I mean, if I could go back and rewind time, I wouldn't have picked up the habit a long time ago. But
what drove you to pick it up is the question.
A lot of things.
Stress.
Yeah, a lot of things.
I've
had a lot of things happen to me in my life. I've lived a long life for my short, period on this earth.
Hell, so, I'm fighting the urge to pick up a cigar. Damn you, Charles Faulkner. He's been a bad influence on me, but I've been staying strong.
Well, I mean, cigars a little bit different. I mean, you don't inhale. All you gotta worry about is throat. Yeah, you gotta worry about mouth. What is it? Mouth cancer.
That's what Charles worries about too.
Oral cancer. Oral cancer. Mouth and throat. But you know what? PK?
He's used to putting things in his mouth, but I mean that's different from Charles.
Hey, why you think he has some big birthday cigars?
All right. Anyway, I will say this up here, like you don't see a lot of people smoking cigarettes up here. Since the pandemic, a lot of people have been switching to dip.
Yeah, it's horrible. Yeah, they've been doing that here too,
Ooh,
like
dip
in the
is horrible,
Midwest.
man.
Yeah,
It's even
that
worse.
was
Especially dip
It's a
than
nasty
regular
habit.
smoking.
especially like the ones they have, because over here they got like they have them like these little circular packets, little plastic cases, and you scroll, you like screw the top open and you grab like one of these pre-wrapped ones and you place them under your lip. And if you want to get rid of it, you can just the top screw. There's a little compartment in there. You just put the waste in there. But I've always seen tobacco dip all over, like on sidewalks and whatnot.
That's a nasty habit.
Yeah, my aunt used to get that. What was it? My great aunt. It was a Red Man or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, chewing tobacco and shit like that too. Oof. I mean,
I think that has always made my stomach turn, like just looking at people do it. So I've never tried it or done
my
it.
grandmother did it for a long time.
It always disgusted me to my core, so I've never tried it out.
I've actually, and this is in my younger days, especially when I was in military service and whatnot. We had drill sergeants who used to use dip, but the way they had the dip was a little different. It wasn't pre-wrapped little containers. What it was is this full bag of grounded tobacco leaves in a fine powder. And what they do is they use the bag to like form a little ball, and then they would just put that ball into their mouth. And you can see all the ground and shit, and they have to rinse their mouths after using it. And they'd be spitting like crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's exposed your teeth, your gums, and everything.
Right.
Combined with smoking.
You get. Did you see that? Man, that shit's so fucking bad. For
Man, I remember. Yeah, that when my great aunt used to chew that shit, she used to spit in that damn can and shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I remember one time I was little and she was gone. I looked in that shit. I was like, oh hell.
Shit, I remember my first time I ever seen chewing tobacco. It was 1993. First time I ever played Little League baseball, and our head coach was using that shit, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And this is also after the MLB when they started putting those bans on, and those bans, fining players for chewing tobacco and shit in the Major League Baseball and such. I'm like, what the hell?
Well, if they stop selling Big League chewing gum.
Yo, that chewing gum slaps, bro. Don't you shit on Big League Chew.
But that's just like trying to induce kids into smoking cigarettes and shit or chewing.
No, it ain't, because what happened? Okay, explain it.
Because they have it in shreds, just like chewing tobacco. And when you're a fan of baseball, what those guys doing? They're getting chewing tobacco. That's what they're chewing.
Yeah,
that's what they.
It's either that gum or.
They can't do.
But I'm saying Big League Chew's been around for a long time.
A long time.
That's understandable.
Chewing tobacco is kind of hard to find now. It used to be really popular, but I think it's kind of hard to find.
Not in Texas, BGS. Not in
Carolina. I sold some to a guy today.
Not in the South. Not even in the Midwest. It's pretty normal outside of the West.
Hey BGS, what's your view on sunflower seeds?
But you go find it in the Lone Star State.
What?
What's your view on sunflower seeds?
If they're already shelled, I love them.
All right.
But I would say it's a rare product that people buy in America. It isn't something that most people consume anymore.
Not anymore. It used to be, but it's not as much anymore.
Right. It's more so that many of your people who otherwise would have done dip in the past are generally smokers now, at best, or excuse me, at worst.
Shit.
Yeah.
I know so many people, like, because they started smoking weed, they started smoking cigarettes hard and everything. I'm like, hey.
Different kind of high.
Yeah.
It's a different sensation.
Yeah, I remember, there was this weird joke. This one story, a couple of guys in the unit told me. It was like they knew this one guy, Eritrean, who came from the States to visit folks, right? When he smoked a cigarette, he would just remove the filter and just smoke it raw, just straight up. I was like, what the hell?
Like, what the hell? You gotta understand, like, for most, so let me throw this out here. A lot of people that want to save money for cigarettes in most parts of the world, believe it or not, they roll their cigarettes. They make them by hand. So we actually sell like packaged cigarettes. That's actually a premium product. So
you got plenty of that up here. So yeah, I know what you mean.
when people go to buy like their pre-boxed, pre-rolled cigarettes that are manufactured, you know, we put them through a lot of different processing. What do I call it?
I get what you mean.
Yeah,
I
there
get
are a
what
lot
you're
of
trying to say.
additives.
Processes, additives.
Yeah.
A lot of and because you gotta, and plus like it's like the nicotine and everything in there they put in and such, the tar.
Yeah,
right.
They take out the tar. They increase certain additives that make it more intense as far as getting
more
higher.
addictive, longer.
Yeah, more addictive.
More addictive, tastes better.
Yeah.
That stuff. Just like you do in anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And shotgun. Fuck you.
But yeah, so a lot of people, like for instance, I got a buddy who in Australia. He lives in Australia. You spoke to him before, Art.
Yeah, I
and
remember.
yeah, he's been smoking for a long time. He's like 50, I think, give or take. And
Crikey.
yeah, he's been smoking for a long time, man. Dude's old as fuck. But nonetheless, he has to roll his cigarettes, man, because to buy a pack of cigarettes over there, it's like $20, dude. So he buys tobacco and he rolls them manually, all by hand. That's how he smokes. So over here, most people wouldn't even imagine doing that. Like, it's very rare that you find people rolling their own cigarettes. That isn't normal.
Shit, they used to buy papers to roll their weed. Now they buy the cigars.
Right. I mean, but that's for weed. That's different because that's kind of like the only way you can,
Well, the smoking papers were for tobacco. They just used it for weed.
Right.
Yeah.
But people aren't willing to go through that trouble to smoke tobacco in America generally. They're just not.
No,
because we're privileged.
Cigarettes are cheap compared to every place else.
Shit. What brand of cigarettes were you puffing? Were you usually puffing, PK?
Let me guess. Newport 100s.
Yeah. What do you think? I'm black. What do you think?
I don't know because I've only known.
Correct.
Salem. PK smoke Salem.
Okay. All right.
What am I?
Anyway, the reason I say that is because me being where I'm from and what I am, because most more often they smoke Marlboros and whatnots.
Nah,
or
bro.
Marlboro
So when I'm
Lights.
around right people, like they like to have those camos and shit and Marlboros. Like if I had to bum
Well,
a
I am
cigarette or
African.
something like that, I'll do that.
And I remember that was like the most common like brand you could find like in the Middle East and whatnot. So
Yeah.
Well, Marlboro's got menthols now, so.
Yeah, nah.
Shit.
It's like, nah.
No, sir.
Nah, we stereotypes over here.
Yeah.
I know you guys have your own stereotypes. I got my own stereotypes myself. I remember like, what was it? One of my siblings, where he worked at and everything, his old job. They had a service bus because where their place of business was like way up on a hill on the north side of town. So they had to take service buses to get there, right? And the common rule everybody had was once they got on the bus, they just nod at each other. They nod. Nobody talks. Once they get inside the compound area, inside the facility, everybody gets off the bus. My brother and his friends / colleagues, they all head to the cafeteria. They order their morning coffee, morning tea. Everybody, whoever smokes, they pull out their cigarettes, light up, take one puff, have a sip or whatever they're drinking. And then they start saying, good morning, how was your weekend, everything right there. Because they understand they need that shit.
There's nothing like a good smoke and a cup of coffee, man. Nothing
Or
like
a cup of tea. In our case, it's mostly tea. Coffee is more like for tradition and ceremony and shit.
Yeah, tea's pretty good too. It's got to be hot though. That cold tea shits, man. What's wrong with you?
Well, depends on the tea. I mean, like some of us
sweet
like
tea
the
though. Yeah, sweet tea's pretty good. But not with cigarettes though.
Sweet tea. Yeah. Sweet tea and cigarettes don't mix.
Well, where I'm from, it's like usually they'll put like a piece of lime in that shit. Depends on the tea,
Yeah, I don't like
Others
cold
in milk.
tea. Like I don't want to smoke after drinking cold tea, man. Like at all.
Or iced tea for that matter. Yeah, I don't blame it.
Warm tea, like I could, but would I want to? Probably not. Like tea has a different. Tea also has a Now this is me just being a druggie, so don't listen. Okay, just throw this out. Yeah, but listen, tea also has a a stimulant in it.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, absolutely.
You don't actually feel like you want to smoke cigarettes when you drink tea. You generally don't. It's rare that people drink tea and smoke cigarettes. That's more of a that's not an American thing. That's somewhere else.
Well, Scandinavian thing here is like, you know, they have this whenever if they do smoke, they usually have it with their coffee, and up here they have their coffee straight black, no sugar, no milk, none of that.
Yo, those people are savages.
They are. I mean, I remember when I mean, first of all, me personally, I gave up drinking tea and coffee like what about? It's been like 7 years since I had it, since I like messed with coffee set, and I like, you know, tried tea a couple times, but I was like, nah, not for me. But
I could deal with coffee. I like coffee.
I don't drink coffee. Anyway, I had to give it up for my own anxiety and shit. But I remember when I first came here and I tried coffee, I used to put milk and sugar in it. They looked at me sideways at it. I'm like, what? And then they were like explaining to me how it is and everything. I was like, and that's when they realized I was new to the place. I said, all right.
Oh, I have some. I don't never. Okay, so I'm weird. I've never actually brewed my own cup of coffee in my life ever. Literally ever.
All right.
So what happens is generally if I'm at a truck stop, I'll pick some up. If I don't want to, you know, have a heart attack from drinking Red Bull, right? Mm-hmm. But outside of that, what generally happens is someone else has made my coffee. Generally, women have made my coffee for me. Always. Yeah, always.
You know where you fucked up, right?
Where's that?
You started to slack off and got a little codependent on them.
No, it's
instead of learning how to do shit. You said learn how to do shit yourself.
I don't want to. I don't give a fuck. Fucking, I don't care that much about coffee. I like it, but it ain't that important to me. Fuck you. Make the coffee.
Bitch.
PK, you ain't
shit. This guy. It's true. I go to work, for instance, and there's a woman there, a nice woman, very sweet.
BGS, don't nobody say shit. I'll unload it forward.
Oh, wait. We forgot. PK's light skinned and he likes to he's very charming, so that's why. And she take a liking to him, so she, all right, my little red bone, how you been? You want some coffee?
Yep, exactly that. Make the coffee.
I know it. No, she asks you. No, she look at you like, hey, PK, how you been, son? Would you like some coffee? I mean,
she
you
don't
are
normally ask. I just tell her go make some coffee, and she make the coffee.
No,
like,
I'm sure you ask her politely, right?
Yeah, of course.
Just to be respectful. Yeah, of course. You're charming. You know, be a proper adult. You know, I don't know what I don't know.
Proper adult, but you know,
being a proper gentleman or being a mature adult, it's like being polite, being cordial.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, I'm always cordial to people. I'm not like a rude asshole or anything. That doesn't happen often. It's very rare.
Nah.
It's very rare. So it happens from time to time. People are assholes to me, you know. But
well,
I don't usually come out the gate like motherfucker. Bitch, make my coffee. Nah, I'm not that type of person.
You better make my coffee.
But you would say, bitch, better have my money, right?
Bitch, better. Oh man, I love that song. Wait. AMG was good with that song, but I remember when Old Dirty would say that in a couple tracks.
Yeah, I'm pretty.
I remember was that one song with Busta Rhymes that didn't make the final cut for "Where's Your Money," but came out as a single. It was called "Where's Your Money."
I don't know. Yeah, I don't.
You never heard that song? "Where's Your Money"? Came out in 06.
Man.
All right, it was. All right, what happened was it was 06. You know, they released a Big Bang, and unfortunately.
Hold on. You don't want no scope on that, bro. What's wrong with you?
All right, leave me alone.
You want like at max like a 4 times at max. You don't want no long scope on that. What's wrong with you?
You don't want no hands, so shut up.
Yo, I will give you these hands. You don't even know. I'm waiting for Charles so I can give you both hands at the same time. That's how I'm trying to give you backup so you got help.
This guy.
Don't ever say that no more again in life. I'm gonna give you some hands. You're supposed to say, I got these hands for you. You don't never give no man no hand.
Listen. You making it sound weird, bro. Why you gotta?
You making yourself?
No, you set yourself up, fool. You set yourself up like that.
Nah, bro. That's just
You did.
That's how
goddamn
we. That's
proper.
how.
You scare me.
Yo.
You making me think you damn woman.
He a little suspect. He's a little suspect right now.
You know. That's just you ain't from Georgia. You from Texas. Y'all talk different. You know we talk different a little bit. So you know that.
Yeah,
you know you can't. You know what it means to catch some hands. You know you've heard that phrase.
I'm just
before.
country proper.
You know you've heard that phrase. You know what that means.
No, we let people know we got these hands for you. We never giving you no hands. We'll tell you I wish a nigga would because we love granting wishes in Texas.
Bruh.
It's the wish factor, like as Cedric the Entertainer explained.
We say in Georgia, you can kind of catch these hands. You ain't never heard that phrase ever?
Yeah, you can catch these hands. You just said I'm gonna give you these hands.
Yeah,
no, you don't give a man no form of hands whatsoever.
You've never heard nobody say that before in your life?
I wish a motherfucker would say he go give me some hands.
Bruh.
That don't sound right.
No, you making
I got these hands for you. I'm gonna put these hands on you. I got some hands to give you, but no.
You making it sound something like something else. We don't you turning
I gotta fuck with you, Midwest. I gotta fuck with you.
You making it sound something like completely different.
Hammer, go get some pussy. It's after 1, man.
Damn,
go get some pussy. Yeah.
Oh man, he's making the lines of Taranga look embarrassing right now.
He must have filled up his blow up doll.
Yeah, I guess so.
Did he clean out the? Actually, I shouldn't go there.
What do you play? What is your FOV? As a matter of fact, that's what the dude on the chat saying.
What?
What is your FOV? I'm talking to Art. What's your
95?
FOV? That? Oh, okay. That's all right. Yeah.
Are you playing on console or PC?
PC.
He joined the
PC?
master race. We yeah.
Yeah, here's my speaking of Call of Duty and everything.
Quit letting that goddamn PlayStation 5 collect dust, goddammit.
It ain't collecting dust. I played it earlier today.
Okay, good job.
He played it in his mind while he was playing Call of Duty on PC.
Y'all know how I feel about PCs. Fuck a PC.
The only thing is that the PlayStation 5 is in my living room. It's on the big screen, 4K.
All right, here's my question. Regarding the Call of Duty franchise and Activision and everything. What's y'all's take on the whole bullshit regarding the Microsoft acquisition and everything, and Sony trying to block it and shit?
Wait, say that again?
What are you talking about?
Blizzard Activision, the parent company of Call of Duty, they were supposed to be acquired by Microsoft.
Correct.
Midway through last year.
Correct.
We're in 2023, folks. And Sony has been bitching up a storm with injunctions and antitrust law shit. So what's y'all's take on it?
As far as what?
I'm with Sony.
Just a general take? Or?
Yeah, general take, specific takes.
If I got the money to buy them, then I'm going to buy them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
I don't know why Sony didn't try to buy it.
So my thing is this. I was just talking to a game developer literally like 4 or 5 hours ago.
Okay.
He loves games for a living. He went to school for it. He does this shit. He's working on the game that I was playing earlier. Art, I played it on stream a couple days ago. You know what game I was playing earlier because you probably saw me on Discord. This guy has the same take that I have, which is that insofar as Blizzard and Microsoft acquiring Blizzard Activision, that falls within antitrust because of how large the franchises that they hold are. Because Blizzard has arguably one of the largest shooter franchises on the market today. And not only that, they have one of the largest markets for World of Warcraft as well.
World of
And
Warcraft. There's a couple other games
they
left,
have
and
yeah, not they. I don't know if it's over. It might be Overwatch, but they hold a few, and
I
it's
think Overwatch is no,
I can't remember.
I
It's
think it might be
one of those hero
yeah, it
shooter
is
fucking
Blizzard because
games.
it's on the app. Yeah.
Yeah.
Blizzard Activision, because whatchamacallit. Also, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's the Crash Bandicoot IP is owned by them, I think, or was it another company that Microsoft acquired?
It may be on. Okay, so Crash Bandicoot was owned by PlayStation at one point. I don't know if or Sony at one point.
Yeah.
I don't know if they still are. It was owned by Naughty Dog. That is the creators.
Naughty Dog. Okay.
Yeah,
those are the creators.
Yeah. But the thing is I know what Sony would be upset is because if it's played, these games are played on both machines, okay, they'd be asked out of a huge franchise. So of course they're gonna complain about it.
Yeah, that's why they bought Bungie.
Yeah.
Right. It's a cash cow, so they can't.
I know y'all are off the hammer shit, but I'm gonna tell you something. I'm really tired of Africans. I'm really tired of Africans talking about we are the future. Let me tell you something. Africa may be the future. That don't mean y'all motherfuckers are the future. So the future might be every motherfucker, Indians, Chinese in Africa making money. But
leave me out of this.
You know what? I said that 15 years ago, and I got a whole lot of pushback. From Africa.
We are the future. No, the continent is the future. The land and the resources. And quite frankly, that shit's been what's been running the yard the whole time. The question is, so y'all better stop saying that shit like y'all automatically gonna benefit.
Yeah, they getting fucked out the game already. Shit,
I'm just saying.
They're not.
No, I ain't gonna say all that. But the thing is, don't think all of y'all. Well, as far as quality of life, of course. Because it's the same thing with African Americans. You can only keep so much shit. You can't keep us from using the fucking highways.
Yeah, most of us ain't gonna. Well, I know I'm not gonna be alive, but most of us listen to is not gonna be alive by the time the African century comes around.
Hey,
yeah,
man, you don't smoke.
We are the future.
Yeah, so you gonna be around in 2120?
Maybe.
Okay.
They're working on some stuff, so you never know.
PK gonna fuck his way into the future.
I'm probably not. I'm probably gonna commit some
PK ain't gonna be around that long because he can't give up. He can't stay off the weed.
Hey,
he can't get off the weed. He can't stop staying away from the single mother.
When was the last time you smoked the weed?
It's been like a year now, almost.
Really?
Give or take. Yeah.
PK,
give or take. It's been like 6-7 months. Yeah, almost a year.
You're a fucking quitter. I'm ashamed of you. You fucking had a bond. We fucking had a bond, guy. You broke the bond. I'm gonna tell you what my granddaddy told me. Boy, you pick up these cigarettes. Fuck it, don't be no quitter. You started something, you better finish.
Hey man, listen.
Go to bed.
I like working and having a job. So it kind of be like that sometimes.
Sometimes you gotta go independent.
Oh, okay. Okay. You got tired of peeing in that cup, huh?
Yo. Yo.
You ran out of Astroglide.
Yo. I don't know what that means, but
you know what that means. It's called a test, nigga.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah,
when I say pee in a, come on, man. You know come on, man. You weed head. You know what pee in a cup means?
Nah, he said Astroglide. I was like, pause.
Oh, Astroglide. No, that's not what I was talking about. I don't know where that went.
Yeah, pause. But
I was talking about Hammer.
Well, you got to say Hammer's name because
they caught me like 4 times with randoms, bro, within the span of a year.
Yeah, that's why you quit.
Yeah. That shit.
You want to have a job? Yeah.
I was like, bro, why y'all targeting me? It's because I'm black, ain't it?
No, because you're riding dirty, sir.
You don't know that.
They probably smell
riding dirty.
And you stink of weed. They try to stink of weed.
Hint of it on you at one point. It was like, yeah.
He said, PK riding dirty.
Yo, somebody did go through my book bag, so I don't know.
You have it there on your book bag?
Maybe.
Did they find a vape pen by any chance?
Hammer's out of lotion. Yes.
Yeah. Wait, PK. Did they accidentally find a certain vape pen in your bag by any chance?
What are you talking about?
A vape pen.
Did they find a vape pen in there? Maybe some certain suspicious cartridges in there?
Hey man, I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, him and Brittany Griner.
They got the same dealer, you think? You think they got the same dealer?
They might.
Called Michigan. I have a neighbor, so it kind of.
What the vaping grinder?
You know, when you live close to Michigan, it'd be like that. So it's fucked up because they legal over there. They're not legal, but you get what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can't be on that shit having a driving job though.
No.
I mean, not on it, like not while you're driving. Of course not, man. That's
no. If you driving, if you have a driving job, you can't have that. You can't come up dirty in your P test.
Oh no, never. I haven't. So
on the flip side, and I remember we were talking. Hold on, AL. Hold on a second, AL, if I may, please.
Go ahead, and I got
In fact, I'm gonna need you to back me up on this, because if you might remember, AL, we were chopping it up on Charles Hangout the other night about trucking not being easy. Yeah. And when I want to say, like, PK, it's like, look on the bright side. At least you don't have a CPAP machine or need a CPAP machine to breathe while you're sleeping while on the road. You know what I'm saying? Because if you've seen a lot of truckers, and I was asking this to AL, how many of those truckers are out of shape, heavy set, and they need one of those CPAP machines because they got sleep apnea and other medical ailments like high blood pressure and type 2 diabetes in some cases. Because trucking ain't easy.
In terms of like physical fitness, like I'm in decent shape. I'm not in the best shape, but I'm in decent shape.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not something that I'm concerned about. I already told you guys in the general Manosphere, like I'm 6'2", 150 pounds, soaking wet. So I'm not in any sort of concerns for any medical illnesses, not any serious ones.
Yeah, I'm just saying, be glad. At least you don't have that kind of. You're not in that kind of situation. That's what I'm saying, fam.
Yeah, I got you.
Because because we were chopping it up because I was talking with AL about this. I'm sorry. Go ahead, AL.
Like I was saying, BGS, that's technically not true. Now, if you drive for a company, a corporation, yeah, you got to abide by them drug testing them rules. But if you're an owner-operator, sole proprietor, one tractor, one trailer, not multiple, only one, you do not have to subject yourself to any forms of drug tests because you're your own boss. And that's what I would. I made a concerted effort because I knew I was never going to stop smoking weed. And
it's like my mom. It's like I see she ain't never gonna stop smoking cigarettes. She talking about I went from smoking 8 to smoking 4. What more do you want? I said, all right. So this is why I sat there and told my mom, and I ain't gonna be on no soliloquy. I said, okay. So basically, what you're doing is every time you smoke a cigarette, you are getting on your knees and you are praying to God to give you cancer. So that means you need one more cigarette to you praying to God for cancer as much as these Muslims pray to Allah. That is literally what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah. They pray for Jannah, to be exact. That's heaven.
She didn't like that shit.
But Ed, what you need to understand is this. If you're a smoker and you know you're a smoker, you already done made your pack and all right, this is what I'm going to go for. Big fucking deal. It's everybody else. Hold on, Ed. It's everybody else around you, i.e. like you. Mom, you need to stop. You need to quit because you worried about their health. Guess what? We don't give a fuck about our health because we know
I know. Yeah. But I understand dudes saying that. I get that, especially with our life expectancy. But I know that ain't true because she's sitting there calling me about them talking about her having what's called preventative chemo. So pretty much they removed whatever mass or tumor was on her lungs. It was they say it was active, right? And then, but they checked the actual tissue and found it was not in the process of producing any cancer cells, which is great news. But they still said, well, you might want to have preventative chemotherapy in order to make sure it doesn't. And they don't know she smokes because she been lying to their ass about like,
oh wow,
wait.
To the extent that she smokes, and and I can tell because that's what she told me. So anyway, she was telling me, I don't want to get chemo because, my hair, da-da-da. You remember my mom came up in the 80s where, so she can't be without her hair. And then she's bald and shit. She'll go into a depression. I said, okay, well, you say that, but you still doing this. And I was on her side saying not to get it. But my thing is, if you smoking, you might need it because you're smoking. So I said, it's New Year's resolution. You need to kill that. So they say black women talk that shit. Black women ain't about it like dudes are. I can see you saying that. They not about that life. Not when it actually starts happening. Then they start be like, oh Lord, oh it is. And I already told her, I don't give a fuck about what you saying about God or whatever. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. So whatever.
So
I gotta speak on this.
I got an opinion.
Oh, go ahead, PK.
Real quick, it's just an opinion. I don't know. So I watched one of my grandfather go through this because he had cancer twice.
What and what?
Huh?
What types of cancers? You said twice. What and what?
I don't fucking know. I'm not that in it. I don't know. It's my dad's dad. What the fuck?
All right, I'm just. Oh, you were too young to remember. All right, that's all you have to say.
Yeah.
You didn't have to get upset. Shit.
No, I'm not upset, man. That's just the way I talk, dude.
What you mean? What you mean you don't remember when you just said you watched them go through it?
Yeah, I watched him go through it, as in I know that he had cancer. That's the.
But you don't know what type it was. All right.
Well, I do know that it was cancer from smoking. I do know that much.
Okay, oral private lung cancer.
Probably, I don't know. So he had it twice. He beat it the first time. Second time, took him out of here. One of the things is that I noticed his opinion on it was that he didn't really give a shit. He didn't really care. Now, he was a different type of person. He was built different. Like, he had seen war. This guy had been to war and came back never the same. Old as hell. So I don't know what his deal was, but that's what he did. When it came to women, what I have seen is this. I watched an aunt go through cancer once, didn't take her out. It's in remission. So she's a smoker as well. Her addiction and the way that she dealt with it is she went and she picked up an alternative. So one of the things I often tell to people that go through withdrawal with smoking is that be careful about picking up another habit as a substitute for the first one, because that's oftentimes what a lot of smokers tend to do. They pick up another habit.
Yeah, and their other habit 9 times out of 10 is eating, because most people don't understand smoking suppresses your appetite to eat. And once you stop smoking cold turkey, you go gain 20 to 30 pounds. I guarantee it.
That would explain why a lot of women smoke, thinking that'll suppress their hunger. They don't have to gain weight and shit.
Hey.
Speaking of smokers, and since Ed mentioned his mother, not mentioned that what extent she is a smoker. If you're going to undergo surgery, you got to disclose to the anesthesiologist whether or not you're a smoker. I remember 2 cases. One involved my brother, and the other was my father. In the case of my father, I think he forgot to mention that he was a smoker, and he had to undergo surgery to remove like a cancerous growth and what happened was he went flatline for a couple of minutes. Fortunately, they saved him. My brother, he had to undergo surgery for something else. They forgot to ask if he was a smoker and whatnot, and so he went flatline because the amount of anesthesia they gave him was, you have to reduce it because if you're a smoker, and he just when they brought him back, he was like, what the fuck happened?
That's dangerous.
Yeah.
I think it's dangerous to not let your medical, let's say you have a person a doctor that you go see regularly, you don't let them know, dude, this is the drugs that I do. You should let them know.
Well, I think they forgot to. He was getting shoulder surgery.
No, not him. In Ed's mom's case, right?
Okay.
Talking about his mom, so I think that's very important, man. You should probably, even if she doesn't, maybe, just throw that out there to the doctor, say, hey, surprise, motherfucker. This is a thing. But, don't let your mom know, hide it from her because she doesn't need to know, fucker. But,
actually, I think they should know. Actually, they should have something. They should always keep him in touch because he is next of kin, unless he's got some other relatives there to answer.
Well,
so they have to disclose, if that person has any preconditions or whatnot just to confirm. Because sometimes, they know that patients will withhold information. And in the case of surgery, the anesthesiologist has to make sure to look into their background, see, if this person's a smoker or whatnot, because they got to reduce the amount of, anesthesia for, to knock them out or whatnot. At least you're not like, there's some people like, one person who comes to mind is like, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, because Ed didn't divulge any more information. I don't know how far he wants to go with this. How did the whole situation go with that whole doctor visit, man? Did it get any better? If Ed's there, I don't know if he's there. Maybe stepped away.
Probably stepped away.
All right, stepped away. Hey, what's good, Mel? How you living? Is the Bronx in the house?
Nah, everybody's getting drunk.
Yeah, man, it's 1:37. It's New Year's, getting smashed, bro. And
In my case, everybody's just sleeping it off right now.
What's his name? Charles ran away, man. He didn't want to catch these hands, bro. He ran.
Oh, he had a hot to go to, homie. You are not important.
Candy Grandpa Mongo.
That's true.
Candy Grandpa Mongo.
Candy Grandpa Mongo time, homie. Not play no video games.
That's true.
That man is single. He's ready to beat it.
Yeah, that's what he does.
And my ass has to go open the store tomorrow.
Bruh. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
On New Year's Day?
Yeah. I only did the stream because I know next week I will not be able to do the stream because I have to close the store down.
Fair enough.
So that's the only reason why so I'm just gonna do what I have to do to wake up at 4:00.
Wake up, it's the first of the month. So catch a check and come on.
So
lay off the drugs, man. Don't hit the powder too hard, but
this guy. Wow. But anything else, you guys? Because I'm probably just going to take a little nap and then try to get up at 4.
All I just want to say is Happy New Year. Y'all ain't shit, and God bless y'all for it. And remember to stay shit free for this entire year. Let's see if we can stay shit free for this entire year.
Yeah, and Hammer, if you're going to talk shit, at least talk shit on the panel. Don't be talking shit in the chat, man. Have some guts about yourself, all right?
We don't want him on the panel, Art. Let him talk that shit in the background. Fuck it. He's too divisive.
And appreciate Stacker Star for the cash app. Appreciate you.
Yeah, appreciate you running this stream even on New Year's. Well, we about to end it.
Appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, because I have to open my store in the morning. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ed, you gonna do it later?
Nah, he's out. He's gone.
Yeah, he gone. Hey, it's New Year's.
Yeah, Happy New Year's, fellas. Happy New Year's. I'm about to be out also too, man.
All right. Stay safe, bud. Peace out.
All right. Later, guys.
Later.